You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nubs. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still lights of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry armed women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Keys, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck, or The Rare Earth. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with Coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
I'm talking about shout going crazy. People going crazy in these motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it means nothing. Nothing about a woman on a day. Man made the car. Man made the train to carry the heavy load. Man made the electrolyte to take us out of the dark. Man made the bump of the water like the 7 Omega. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. And man makes them happy because man makes them strong. But after man make everything we can, do you know that man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man's world. But
I'm talking about shout going crazy. People going crazy in these motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But
Greetings, Black family, greetings, and thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced. In conjunction with the Front Line Blacc News, I'm your host, Chain Nkrumah. We're joined with Shabaka, our West Coast correspondent, who is also the co-host and co-executive producer of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced. And also today is Lady Che's 45th solo return. So happy birthday, happy C-Day to Lady Che. And on this season 10, episode 16 of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced, in conjunction with the Frontline Blacc News, we'll be discussing these crazy political times in 2025 under the dump, aka Trump regime. Cory Booker, aka Cory Bussy's 24-hour speech on the U.S. Senate floor. Nothing about the unarmed murder of black people in America.
That's
then we
right.
got Elon Musk, man, and DOGE, and anything else we would like to discuss. So the link is in the chat. So if you'd like to come up and join us, you can. We would greatly appreciate it if you did. And yeah, those are the topics for this episode of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced. Greetings, Shabaka, from the mile high income and illegal migrant, soon to be deported and arrested city.
All right, greetings to you from Sin City, ladies and gentlemen, out here in the middle of this desert. You know, it's a pleasant, cool breeze today here. I just got back from the city of Los Angeles yesterday, and believe me, they're lost. We did go by the Hidden History Museum. Okay, unfortunately, hey, Mac 285. Okay, unfortunately that they were not open. Okay, but however, Brother Chad did send you some photographs on it. It is right there on the corner of Jefferson and Arlington in Los Angeles, California. You know, and it's about a quarter of a block down, going westbound. You know, from Jefferson,
Arlington.
but you can't miss it. Yeah, I'm sorry, okay. Arlington, yeah, stand corrected. Yeah, from Arlington on Jefferson. Yes, sir, I do stand corrected. Also, too, looking at this buffoon, ass scratch, Yasser Boss, Bug Dan, oh man, I'm the good hours and all that, getting us absolutely nothing. Okay, so as Brother Barron says, don't waste your vote, when the midterms come up. Then there was also too trying to and they succeeded. The regime got another congressional member off in there from Florida, you know what I'm saying, which was a slave state down there with the panties, what have you and whatnot. What is okay, crew, yeah, let you get home, man. Yeah, be careful out there in the shy, man. Be happy to have you. Okay, so therefore it's a waste of time, Black family. Okay, it's because I've looked at this bullshit, you know what I'm saying, man, for the last 50 fucking years, and it's the same old scenario. We go up there, we tolerate, organize, and march, still get killed. Nothing happens. Yeah. These Black politicians, vote for me and I'll set you free. Nothing gets done. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Okay, man. Yeah, drive safely, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, drive safely, brother. Okay, so therefore, so what it is, man, is that we just got to build up some fucking industries. You see what I'm saying? Get our youth who with the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, man, and start controlling this shit. And yeah, we could do it is because half the shit that they got doing is bullshit the motherfucker stole from us. And this episode is for those 18 years of age and over, by the way. Apologize for the language, okay, but I'm just frustrated.
The air date is April 1st, 2025. It's the first of the month, and it's Lady Che's C-Day as well.
Okay, well, happy birthday there to Lady Che, and also to ladies and gentlemen. On a sad note, this is the day that Marvin Gaye was killed in Los Angeles in the mid-1980s. Yeah. I forgot, I don't know if it was 85 or 86, okay, so our hearts go out there to his family as well, too. Now, the thing is, Black family, is unless we out here talking about controlling some industry, building some businesses, you see what I'm saying? We're going to crash and burn. I don't want to see that happen.
Thank you, Twin. I'll let her know when she wake up. She's asleep right now. She's not feeling so good, so.
Okay, but she's coming along, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, her occupational therapist came out earlier.
Okay, yeah, so she needs to do is just rest, because that's when the body heals the most, when it rests. Okay, now also too, Black family, as you know, this is 2025, so next year they're going to be having the midterm elections, all right? So what we need to do, all right, if we can organize with these platforms, get with Jay Dizzle, get with Jay Militant, and we got to do a coordinated effort for these last few months to let them know, okay, is that you sorry Black ass Karen Bass politicians along with London Bridges and you Barack Obamas, okay, and you Cory Bookers, we're letting it be known that you tricks don't represent us. Y'all ain't nothing but a damn metro stuff.
They are. So let's get to Cory Booker and what he was talking about on the Senate floor with his Sambo Rambo bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. And the sad part about it is, Black families, Brother Chase pulling that up. YouTube.
Use goddamn YouTube for criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, different research.
Exactly.
I'll put the copyright in the chat too. They've been on that bullshit. They've been taking our videos down for stupid ass shit. Yeah,
you see. So we need somebody, with some legal knowledge. We got to sit up there and put together a case against these bastards, because the only way we can sue them is in the San Mateo County courts. You see, in California.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research.
Yes, sir. And we got a lot of criticism for these tricks as well, too. Yes, sir. Now,
I just feel that Trump mocks us. What does his Liberation Day mean to the people that are shackled to debt, from medical debt, that are shackled with student debt, that can't afford the rising costs of groceries? What's his liberation mean? To people who are chained by fear right now, waiting with bated breath to see if the Medicaid programs they rely on are going to be cut. What does his liberation mean? To people who are literally in jails right now because they were disappeared from our streets. What does his liberation mean to people who can't afford homes because of his tariffs, who dreamed of a new car, but that's going to go up as well?
I just want to tell you a question. Do you know you have just broken the record? Do you know how proud this caucus is of you? Do you know how proud America is of you?
When is it going to be enough? My voice is inadequate. My efforts today are inadequate.
Exactly, make 285 like fake ass Obama.
But we, the people, are powerful. We are strong. We have changed history. We have bent the arc of the moral universe. And now is that moral moment again.
Nigga, go smoke you some weed, man, and quit taking that shit.
God bless America.
God bless America. You the bow.
In just 71 days, the President of the United States has inflicted so much harm on Americans' safety.
Thank you for joining us. We're going over punk ass Cory Booker's
greetings.
What's going on, sister? How's the Barbary Coast?
Oh my God, they done turned around here. Let me tell you what they did. They did drug raids. So they done locked up a whole bunch of people on 6th Street.
Shit.
They did a whole bunch of stuff here. They doing stuff. Mm-hmm. The other day we had an earthquake again.
What magnitude?
What was the magnitude?
I don't know. I don't remember the numbers. I was at work and I felt like my head got dizzy. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's about right. And what they do, sister, generally, you can go to the California Institute of Technology, and that's where they keep the records at of the magnitude of it. But based on what you're telling me, it sounds like pretty much, sister, that you've been through a 4, and I've slept through many of them. But when them little rascals hit 7 and 8, that's when it's time.
Well, they had a 7 that hit, what was that, Burma? They had a 7 that hit Burma a couple days ago.
That's bad.
In Thailand,
that's
they did
bad.
a lot of I know some people.
See, that's a sanitation problem now.
Make sure that's all right.
Oh yeah.
One of them, his whole condo got destroyed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should have seen Los Angeles in 1994. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember seeing it as a kid, Shabaka. That shit was horrible. Them highways.
Yeah, I lived through it. That was the Northridge quake. See, they always named the quake at the dead center part of what they call the epicenter. Yeah, see, that was the Northridge quake, and I was going through Hollywood, driving to work, you know what I mean? And half a building, man, had tumbled down, and you were literally looking up into the woman, up into the people's bedrooms and stuff like that, you see? And then, and what you would do, Desiree, is shut off all your water. Don't drink no tap water, okay? Go get you some bottled water. Buy it, steal it, mug a bastard if you have to, because you're gonna need the water, because see that keeps up your overall health, you say. And unfortunately, using a restroom could be a challenge as well too, is because the water lines, sanitation lines, gas lines get ruptured. And what happened in 1906, I think that's just when they will start putting in gas lines, and that's why Frisco burned to the ground in 1906. Okay. All righty, and keep in mind though too, sister, where you at, you are literally on top of the fault line. Okay, it runs right below downtown San Francisco.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, sister, what do you got to say about this minstrel act that this Isaac Hayes looking Negro had put on today for the last 20?
We got to finish it. There's still like a minute, I think, left of it.
Oh, okay, let's finish it because I need a good laugh.
Financial stability, the core foundations of our democracy, and even
democracy,
our aspirations as a people from our highest offices, a sense of common decency. These are not normal times in America. And they should not be treated as such.
Broke his record. Long Thurman broke Strong.
Oh yeah. Oh, who was a rapist and an avid racist and a child molester?
Let's see what Fox.
Well,
honestly, I think Cory Booker is just nervous, and one of the reasons why he's nervous is because he already know he done sold his soul to the devil. And you know, you can't be on, you can't serve two masters at the same time. So he's trying to choose his words properly. And like I said, he already know that because he was sucking on that oppressor's ding-a-ling. And so now he's nervous, spitting all kind of stuff or whatever, trying to also save his seat. Because once Donald Trump goes down, all these coons and everybody else is getting the hell out of there too.
Exactly. Yep. You say let it be a chain reaction, and what they need to do is that when they put his ass in jail, they need to put all his cronies on a chain gang with him. You know what I mean by a chain gang, don't you, Brother Che?
Yep.
When you go into the county jail and they got everybody handcuffed to each other.
Hey, your ass. Yep.
Yeah, you say.
I've been chained up like that before. That shit was fun.
Oh yeah, and then that suit he got on, that's a nice tailor cut suit, Mr. Booker. How much you pay for it? About $5,000?
Yeah,
that's a nice suit. Donald Duck wears some nice tailor cut suits.
Let's see what Fox had to say about this shit.
Yeah, so what's happening is, you know, with this idiot, you know, let him crash and burn, man. You know, let him crash and burn. Say, we got to do for ourselves.
25 hours, Jesus.
What kind of dope be on?
You see,
that must have been some good shit, man, to make him stay up for 25 hours. That must have been some good shit.
It was probably the shit they found in the
Maybe got Hunter Biden's stash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's probably that shit they found in the East Wing last year.
Yeah, exactly. Because to stand up there for 25 hours, man, regurgitating prepackaged nonsense, man.
And says,
he had to
I
be
hear you
on
thinking about
something.
running for president of the United States. And he does something incredible. He says, I think you should run, but only if you run, and he pokes my heart, only if you run from here.
Oh, hell no. You definitely should run for no goddamn president.
The last time of the powerful moments I've had in my life with that man, that so many of us have had these powerful moments. The last time,
yeah, when you know he had to get something, man, to stay up all
Michael
night.
Collins. I know there are people in this room that got the same phone call I got. That it won't be long now. John Lewis is going to pass very soon.
Fuck John Lewis.
You're right, 1985.
But I know he would want you to have your moment to say goodbye to him. And what do I do? What do I do? To say goodbye to a man that's a legend in my life, a legend in our nation. What do you do to say goodbye to him? I wasn't prepared. I can't say I said it.
You are delirious.
Michael Collins, God bless you, man. You put the phone by his ear and you just gave me my time to have a conversation with the man that would soon die. The man that changed my life, that helped my family get into a neighborhood that loved me and cherished me. God. The man who stood in for my father when heaven brought him home. The man that showed me on the steps of this Capitol how powerful the people are. It wasn't about him, it was about them. Who flattered every senator's ego, tell them what they want to hear. run for president. And so I said everything. And I said, John, I know you're going to be in heaven looking down on us. And I promise you, John Lewis,
fuck John Lewis,
that I will do everything possible.
Yeah,
we'll do
the one
everything
that got
possible
knocked out talking about good trouble.
to make you proud.
Yeah. And the nightstick glides gracefully upside your head.
Is starting to be called home. Leaders are leaving us. We in the CBC have lost a lot of greats.
Wow, was right.
And I can't remember forget the promise I made to John Lewis with all that he gave me, with all that he gave his country, that I said we would make him proud.
Oh, it didn't sound like to me, Cat. You ought to be talking about some reparations, homie.
Thing, I go, no, I don't really use Facebook anymore.
Right. Yeah, I don't know who's worse.
Well, there's a thing called TikTok, or I don't know what John Lewis would say right now. I know what he said in 2017, but I'll be honest with you, I don't know what he would say.
I agree with you, man.
John
285
Lewis would say something. He would do something. He wouldn't treat this moral moment like it was normal. John Lewis knew what King said, that what we have to repent for, all of us here will have to repent for, is not just the vitriolic words and violent actions of so-called bad people. What we will have to repent for in our day and age is the appalling silence and the inaction of good people. This is our moral moment. This is when the most precious ideas of our country are being tested, where the Constitution, and the question is being called, where does the Constitution live? On paper or in our hearts? This is the moment.
Yeah, man, 285, they're both crying and massive. Boss,
we're on a
we
crossroads here, folks. Healthcare is on the balance. Veterans are on the balance. Priorities are on the balance. Where's our priorities, America? More tax cuts, disproportionately going to the wealthy? Greater budget deficits in the trillions and trillions of dollars? Man. Or are we going to do something different like John Lewis would call us to do? He would call us to get into good trouble, necessary trouble.
Nice stick.
Save the
glides
soul
gracefully
of America.
Upside your head.
But you all know, John, don't hate each other.
Excuse me.
Don't let anybody pull you so low as to hate them. I said this about the presiding elder. Different parties, but he showed me an act of kindness during this speech. He and I have talked about energy policy. He has amazing ideas. I want to partner with him. Don't hate anybody.
Man, come out here to this fucking desert, man, and put up some solar panels. That there will cure your energy problem.
Did Martin Luther King, Fred Shuttlesworth, Dorothea Cotton, James Bevel, did they bring bigger dogs and bigger fire hoses to match the sheriff?
That thing is stumbling idiot, man, you delirious.
They didn't do that. They were creative artists of activism. They called to the conscience of a country. They challenged our moral imagination, not to focus on hate, but focus on what is possible in America if we redeem the dream, if we dream America anew. That generation in their 20s and 30s, that's what they demanded. Martin Luther King didn't go to
he wasn't the only one. You got to mention
against the racism
give this man a t-shirt,
in
Mac 285.
He was there and called to the conscience of a country. He said he had a dream. That's what we need in our generation. Vision now. That's what we need in our generation. A vision to redeem the dream, to call our country together. Yes, there is a man in the White House who's the most powerful man in the land, and his partner is the richest man in the world.
And they both deserve to go right straight to fucking jail.
The power of the people is greater than the people in power. If they use their power, as a great African-American woman author once said, the most common way people give up their power is not realizing they have it in the first place. I've been calling out names, folks. to tell them they have power. I read the stories of Deanna, of Wendy and Cassie, of Tanya, of Cameron, of Jean, of Susan, of Edna, of Randy, of Dylan, of Teresa, of Pamela, of Sally, of Mike, of Carol, of Rosemary, of Danielle, of Judith, of Elizabeth, of Sandra, Alicia, Maggie, Nibel, Laura, Michael, Robin, Mary, Allison, Ash, Roseanne, Carrie, Samantha P., Raphael, Will, Anthony, Sean, and so many more. I read their stories here because while we were elected, they are the power of our country. I've made mistakes. We all have. Both parties have a lot of mistakes to account for.
You think?
The ballast of this country.
They're two sides of the same
will
coin.
Anchor us to our ideals. What will call us to new heights. Lift our heads. Lift our hopes. What will call us to rise is each other. We need each other.
No, we don't.
We need a greater love in this country. We need a greater fight in this country. We need a greater determination.
We can't act as
if this is normal times. These people's stories that I wrote were calling out for help. Senator, help me. Someone help me. I'm in danger of losing my health care. Someone help me. I'm a veteran. Look what happened to me. It's not fair. I fought for this country. Help me, help me. I'm worried about my Social Security. And the rural office I go to is being closed. Help. People calling out for help. And what Americans do when people are calling out for help? They built an infrastructure. The greatest project ever, called it the Underground Railroad, where Quakers, white folks, joined with black folks to shuttle people to freedom. What did they do when people were worried and fearful? They called people together from across our country. Let's have a conference. Let's go to Seneca Falls. What did they do when they faced violence? Well, look at the people at Stonewall who stood up, who pushed back, who organized, who won. What do they do when the dark dogs are unleashed on us, the fire hose are unleashed on us? Look at what they did in Selma.
It's very interesting he ain't mentioning the man named Huey, huh?
Right.
I'm getting close to a record, folks, but...
I know, I can't take it no more.
I know, Mac 285, brother. I know. I can't take it no more either, bro. This is too much.
There's a room here in the Senate named after Strom Thurmond.
Oh shit, we got a thunderstorm outside.
Man, you guys get all kind of weather in a 24-hour period.
I
ain't never going to Colorado no more until
break this record.
July.
The man who tried to stop the rights upon which I stand.
That's when Jay Millie came.
I'm not here, though, because of his speech. I'm here despite his speech. I'm here because as powerful as he was, the people were more powerful.
And Strom Thurmond also is an avid bigot. Okay.
Exactly.
I remind you, all those people who believe like me that we've got to redeem the dream, turn again to John Lewis, because you all know the story, my colleagues, of when the man that beat him savagely through blood, cracked bones, decades later, he was a congressman. That man brought his grandson with him to ask for forgiveness from John Lewis.
Oh, my God.
I heard about this story when I was in the car in Georgia with him. What did you do, John? This man that so viciously beat you, wounded you, bruised you, battered you. What did you do when he came to ask you for forgiveness? What did you do? And a good Christian man, man of faith, simply said, every one of us needs mercy. Every one of us needs redemption.
Oh, my God.
I forgave him. I hugged him. We wept. And I looked at the boy.
You forgave him.
This nation needs you too.
I forgive you, master. You beat me. You beat me. Damn near sister.
Beat again.
But I forgive.
John?
Would the senator yield for a question?
Chuck Schumer, it's the only time in my life I can tell you no.
I just want to tell you a question. Do you know you have just broken the record? Do you know how proud this caucus is of you? Do you know how proud America is of you?
Well, it seemed to me, man, that he would have been getting them damn reparations checks ready.
It seemed to me that he should have ironed his shirt.
He should have did what, sister?
He should have ironed his shirt.
He should have ironed his shirt.
Oh, yeah, that collar looks horrible. What he needs to do is take that damn tie off.
Exactly. Get rid of that tie. Really?
Yeah, if you up there doing that amount of time on that there, sister, tie is a hindrance.
What the fuck are they talking about?
Ladies and gentlemen.
The man is delirious.
Ladies and gentlemen.
From fatigue. Man, go hit your stash. Go hit your stash, Cory Booker.
Order. The chair does not wish to take away from this moment, but I think the best way to honor this great accomplishment to our guests in the gallery, to make a rare exception and let you stand to show your appreciation, I will not constrain my fellow senators.
That's right, Shabaka.
Thank you. Chuck Schumer, I have yielded for a question, and you asked me, did I know?
And it is
I know now.
Twin.
I want to not quite wrap this up yet. I don't want to wrap this up yet. My mom's senator. My mom's been watching. I know Catherine Cortez Masto has a podium in front of her. She can give me a rest. I'd like to go a little further if we can, just a little further. I love, and again, I know people are trying to train each other, and all of our media operations, they give the worst images of the people of the other party. But I want to tell you, one of the funny tweets my staff gave me is something Ted Cruz said. Is he's around 19-20 hours. He said, maybe I should pull a fire alarm. He's going to break my record.
Oh, start talking about Disneyland.
I'm going to pause in a moment if you have a question for me to Catherine Cortez Masto, because she's my mother. But I do want to just say again, 2 points to make if I can. One is how grateful I am to my staff. When we decided to do this many days ago, they were like, we have to do this. And we started preparing and working on this, and they did an extraordinary job. They were with me late nights, writing. I just feel guilty because they wrote about 10 books and we didn't use all of them.
Disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright
from
Act of
Republicans and Democrats in critique
1976.
of this moment, pulling from Democrats and Republicans, Republican governors that are saying, do not cut Medicaid.
News reporting, teaching,
that knows,
scholarship, education, and research.
Have a trigger.
And boy, have we got a lot to criticize this trick about.
90%, they stopped the Medicaid expansion.
Yeah, what a crybaby. All you do is
my staff really worked hard to not make this just Democratic voices, to make it people in our country that Republicans and Democrats, you heard mentioned in the speech, the Cato Institute, the Manhattan Institute, all people who are honest arbiters and are saying that what Trump is doing is wrong, that a budget like this that blows massive holes in our deficit, it will be something our children are trying to pay for. And what are they ultimately paying for that's caused this big deficit? It's trillions of dollars of tax cuts that people like DOGE, multi-billionaire Musk will benefit from, but children won't. They did such a good job bringing together authorities on both sides of the aisle. I just want to thank them. I want to thank
people won't
my cousin
benefit
Pam,
from
my family. Cousin Pam, like Chris Murphy, was here for the whole time. I want to thank Chris Murphy again. Who never stopped telling me we could do this, we can do this, we can do this, and said, I will stay with you. He's been with me on the floor. I hope you don't look as tired as I look, because you look beat, man. Do I look that bad? No.
Man, you look like shit.
I want to go a little bit past this, and then I'm gonna deal with some of the biological urgencies I'm feeling.
Man, go sit your ass down somewhere, man.
But I'm gonna wait here because I have the power. I have the floor. Somebody has to ask me, perhaps from my mom's state, the way that's supposed to work.
So will the good senator from New Jersey yield for a question?
My mom would be so upset with me, my Aunt Marilyn, my Uncle Butch, my Aunt Shirley, all the people that are your constituents, not mine. They would be upset with me if I didn't yield to you for a question while retaining the floor.
Well, first of all, Senator Booker, I have to say, we in Nevada are so proud of you. We are proud to be Nevada strong. You are one of us.
Is not proud.
You are definitely New Jersey, Nevada strong, and so proud of what you have accomplished so far.
Lady, you're lying. I'm in Nevada. You're full of shit. I'm not proud of this damn minstrel. Actually, he's a pain in the ass.
Right now, so I want to pose a question to you. Actually, a couple questions, but I want to start off and set the stage here because you have been here now, for over 24 hours. You are missing some of the national news things that are happening out there. But one of the things I want to point to that is happening that you may not be aware of, and you touched on it a little earlier today, is this notion that we have now a president who is actually focused on
who deserves to go right straight to fucking jail
at the expense of the American public. Yeah. And one of the things we have watched him do is cut funding for medical research. Now, what you may not know is just today I found out that HHS laid off the entire
we need to reach out to Dr. Parks again, man. She can give us her expert opinion on this medical research. You know what I mean?
Disease programs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it oversees the funding from the Bold Infrastructure for Alzheimer's Act, and it is a piece of legislation that I was so proud to partner with Susan Collins on.
I'm against it. I'm an old bastard. I might be having Alzheimer's and knowing you tricks ain't experimenting on me.
Caregivers and their families. And Congress just reauthorized this
month.
And now we have a president that has stopped the critical work that scientists are doing to try and cure Alzheimer's. And I bring this to your attention.
You have to get dementia first,
Senator, because
I'm damn near close to it.
And I think like all of us, there are personal moments in the work that we do. My personal moment is my grandmother, who I'm named after, died from Alzheimer's. And she died at a time in Las Vegas when there was not enough research, when there was not enough health care, when there were really not enough providers to understand what was going on. And so for many of us, this fight, not only is it personal, but we recognize the impact that it has outside the Beltway in so many families and lives across the country. And that's what this is about. In Nevada, as of 2023, there are 49,000 people, 65 and older, are living with Alzheimer's. And that's projected to reach 65,000 this year. Not only did we hear that HHS laid off the entire healthy aging branch of the CDC, but Donald Trump also recently terminated a $14,000 NIH research grant that had been supporting Alzheimer's research at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. And he's continued to cut the grant for essential research for so many reasons. We've seen these funding cuts, we've seen mass layoffs, and the impoundment of grants that have already been approved by Congress. This is a violation of the rule of law, and you have been talking about that for the last couple of hours. President Trump is forgetting that this is personal. It is happening to so many families. So my question, Senator Booker, to you is, what do you think families and caregivers of those impacted by Alzheimer's, how they are feeling about what is happening right now?
So this bothers me for two reasons. And the first you've already mentioned is this is the point of bipartisan work that we do. I talked about Chris Murphy and the bipartisan gun bill that lots of people here worked on with Senator Cornyn and others, and how upset my state is that some of that community violence intervention money that I worked so hard to get in that bill is being clawed back by a president. There are people in this room, I know so many of you, and I know on the other side, that have done such great work to work with our colleagues to find common ground and get really important programs passed that bring resources to families. And it's being clawed back by our president, not with consultation, not with a hearing, not with a discussion of even why you would target Alzheimer's research. That is a violation of the separation of powers. And I wish my Republican colleagues would hold more hearings about that. These are programs that they like.
They
I saw
won't.
that with USAID. I worked with Marco Rubio on some of that programs and those investments.
Who
that are now
belongs
cut
in
and
jail
clawed back.
too?
So it's a separation of powers issues. It's an offense to the common goals that we share in this community.
Man, they need to put all you tricks on the
leaders.
chain gang, man, and haul
But the
you
second
straight to
reason
the
it bothers
county
me is
jail.
An article I read hours ago by Fareed Zakaria. And he talked about what's happening to a nation that cuts so dramatically what is one of the best taxpayer investment dollars in biomedical sciences. If you're an investor, and I told you there's an investment that every dollar you invest, you would get $5 back for your economy, folks would be invested in that vehicle. Well, that's NIH funding. Every dollar you invest, who would cut a profit center? It's not just a profit center, though. The outcomes, the discoveries could change the lives of people who are suffering in your nation and around the world. But he's attacking them. I read all these universities from around the country. This shows you how magnanimous I'm trying to be. I even read stories from USC. I'm sorry, rival.
The University of South Central.
That all of these universities are cutting their postdocs, cutting their PhDs, cutting the lending because they don't know, as Donald Trump threatens, the direct costs they're stopping. And Fareed Zakaria said so painfully to all Americans with Americans' pride, as we are doing that, China, who, when they had that Cultural Revolution, they first went after their universities. Now, modern China, their government is doing the opposite. They're trying to out-America us. They're massively increasing their investments in scientific research because they know,
and they're getting all the raw materials from Southeast Africa.
Can be located, and God knows what happened. They could, any kind of cryptology they could break. They know if they get ahead of us on scientific research, the power and advantage it will give them, so they're doubling down. But what are we doing in America? We're tolerating a president that is cutting the funding that will predict who defines the future and what values will define those futures. Will they be democratic values, or will be the values of the country that's competing with us to beat us? And right now we're giving them a head start. And then the final reason that question bothers me is because my father died of Parkinson's and he had Parkinson's-related dementia.
The articles
and I know what that's like.
Impeachment.
I know the pain families are enduring. I remember the time that my dad and my mom, we were in the movie theater, and my father,
boom,
my mother just
saying
shook my world.
Boom, boom,
in Georgia.
talking loud, boom, boom, and saying nothing.
And so many people here in this room have had the same experience. We're in a movie theater, and my mom leans over to me and said, "You need to take your dad to the bathroom." I never imagined the years of my dad as a 2-year-old and 3-year-old taking me to the bathroom, that one day I'd have to take him. And so in this Atlanta movie theater, in the middle of a movie, which I was like, okay, it's time for me to do this ritual that so many things know. I pick my dad up, who's shuffling with his Parkinson's. I'm not seeing any light in his eyes that he's there. I'm just letting him hold me, and he's shuffling into the bathroom. And then we get to a public bathroom. His hands are shaking. He's standing in front of the urinal. And then I realize I got to unbuckle this man's pants. So many families know this. And my ego, I'm sorry, I was leaning over and I'm saying, wait a minute, I'm in a public bathroom, leaning over, I'm buckling another man's pants. Please, please, God, don't let somebody come in. And as if God heard my call, someone walked in. And I hear the person walk, and I'm like, just please keep walking. Go into a stall, please keep walking. And then suddenly I hear the feet walk past me and stop. And then the man turns around and says, "Oh my God, Cory Booker." And then I look up at my dad, and I see the clarity in his eyes. He is 100% there.
Cory,
and he's
the $2 hooker.
loving my mortified embarrassment.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to start calling this clown, Cory the $2 hooker.
Alzheimer's is devastating so many American families who are watching the loved one of their lives diminish. And we're cutting funding. Donald Trump is cutting funding, democratically, bipartisanly approved. So forget the separation of powers. It's important. So important. If that doesn't get you, then maybe think about the competition with China. If that doesn't get you, those two don't get you, America, then think about the millions of Americans struggling with Alzheimer's, the struggles it does to those families. This is a moral moment, America. This is going to define the character of our country for years and years to come.
Sorry, because I have to take care of Lady Shay.
Has the Senate called a hearing on your bipartisan funding?
Hey,
Senator?
Jay
No.
Milliken, what's happening with you?
Have we done our oversight responsibility? Have we checked, as I read from the Federalist Papers, as our founders wanted us to do, is to check the executive, be the check at the executive that balances our governmental powers? No, we're not checking that executive.
There he is, twin. You can look at him and tell he's on something.
Serving Congress at 535 with us. I know other colleagues here have heard. They're mortified. You talked about that. Mortified about that. And again, not partisan. The Biden administration made foreign policy mistakes. Obama made foreign policy mistakes.
Man, they need to put this fool in
Reagan,
a
when I was
Google
growing
car,
up,
man.
Contra scandal. So I'm not going to be one of those people that the pristine, perfect Democrats. We've made mistakes. We've made failings. We've let the public down. We have some reckoning in our own party that we're working on right now. But that doesn't say that you should just be one of these people that says, well, Biden did it. No, you should be a leader of character that says there's something wrong here. And in fact, it could point to real problems in the national security of the country.
Yeah, twin, man, look at this dude, man.
One of those laws is very simple. You're supposed to preserve records. How can a signal change do a violation of the law of this land? Is there a hearing on that? Head of the Intel Commission, not a hearing at all. Where are the checks and balances spelled out in the Constitution? We are derelicting our duties here in the Senate. We really are. And the consequences of that is the very national security of our country. How many times do you think this was the first time they created a signal chat? Or is this a pattern of practice? You're a really rational man. I keep looking at you, Mark. You're my leader on these issues. Or Jack Reed. No, this indicates a real problem, and the Senate, the United States Senate, should get to the bottom of it.
Man, these cats all bought and paid.
This is a moral moment. I keep saying it's a moral moment. Who are we going to be? What's going to define us? And it's time not for the typical tribalism. It's time for leaders to start standing up and saying, you know what? We can go a different way. We can imagine a different country. That's why I pointed out the new leader of the Democratic Party on the House side. We're a different generation. There's a rising generation of people. I've talked about my friend who wrote this great book, Abundance. There's a whole bunch of new ideas out there that are about the future, about the possibilities, about the hope, about the greatness of America, not the greatness that is braggadocious, not the greatness that says, I'm better than you, not the greatness that says, only I can fix things. That's not the America we want. America that says the people.
You join us, Desiree?
Unum. America says,
yeah, I join you. I got kicked out.
Okay, well, you know what that's all about, sister. They can't handle this truth.
Didn't beat the Nazis. It didn't take us to the moon. We did that together, America.
Man, you clowns ain't never went to the moon. You went to an MGM movie set in Culver City, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Should be government efficiency.
Hey, Brother Jesse, I would like
really
to share a flyer.
I have heard from so many of my colleagues on this side of the aisle that have said, if they formed a commission of former executives in this body, I see you, Maggie Hassan. It was hard, but I had to cut 24% of my budget. 4 employees. It was really hard. It caused a lot of pain, but we had to reduce my government. There are a lot of people here that are executives on both sides of the aisle that would have said, pick me, let's form the most exciting team possible. Because Jack Reed knows that the military of the United States of America could do things more efficiently. It's a little bit of waste over there because they haven't passed an audit.
Sounds good.
Where's Mary Cantwell? The Commerce Committee. So many ideas about how to create.
Man, go have yourself a drink, dude. You delirious. Go smoke you one, man. You delirious.
I look around here, but I can look to the other side of the aisle. The man, the farmer sitting over there, the guy who's been so good to me, Chuck Grassley. I forced that man to hug me when we passed. I forced you to hug me, sir.
Forced the man to hug you.
I don't know how you're going to get reelected now, sir.
Wait a minute.
Dude, black dude.
You forced the man to hug
from
you?
New Jersey.
With all the women in there, you gonna force a man to hug you.
We passed a big bipartisan bill because people like him, like the presiding officer, I've met with you. You still have big ideas.
That's why we call him.
You still have big ideas that aren't partisan. If President Trump, from his inaugural address to his first speech before a joint session of Congress, said enough, there are big ideas in this country. I want the best. I want people to come together. I'm tired of us talking down at each other. It's time for us to come together and imagine ways to create real abundance in America for all Americans. I trust the genius of America, the kindness and the decency.
Because if I waste my time waiting on you clowns, man, I'd be a dead man.
And don't say it doesn't happen, folks. Don't say that. I listen to him. I listen to how he talks about people. We have a government now, as I said earlier, that isn't ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. We have a country now where our president says, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for Donald Trump. And you're seeing who gets the special treatment.
Yeah, Mac 285.
Are really
I mean, it's so
right
sickening, man. It's
with
laughable.
Being bankrupted by Donald Trump targeting them. Others have decided a different path. I'm not hating on them, but they said, we're going to go to Trump and we're going to offer him what he wants. We're going to give him tens of millions of dollars of free pro bono work. I wish they would bring some of that free pro bono work to New York, New Jersey.
Would you say Mac 285? Now he makes you want to be a diasporic African.
Folks in my city.
Well, welcome to the club, brother. You know what I'm saying?
You want a merger? Well, maybe you should put a lot of money in Donald Trump's meme coin. I read the document, there's something word called emoluments. And we sit by and act like, oh, no big deal. He's made millions and millions of dollars from who we don't know. We haven't held one hearing of oversight to know who is giving him millions of dollars to that meme coin.
Super cool. Yeah, there you go.
Is it the Saudis? Is it the Chinese?
Yeah, that's the proper term for
Is it the Russian oligarchs? Do we know? Should we know? Yes, America, stop falling into tribal lanes and closing your eyes to things that should not be normalized. Why are we normalizing
like Trump
these
being
things?
president.
They're wrong.
That's not normal.
On the face of it,
you got
wrong.
a 34 count convicted felon
to discuss
running
a military
the country.
Attack.
Now that's gangster.
The time of the attack, the weapons that are going to be used, and you do it on a commercial app and decide to include a reporter, there should be accountability. Am I crazy?
Yeah, you crazy. You out of your fucking mind.
Order. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just remind you, expressions of approval and disapproval are not permitted by the gallery. Thank you.
He was forced to say that. Look at you, defiant man. The Senate and the House should be checks and balances on the President of the United States. The Senate and the House should not allow business as usual in this moment when the President is insisting that no one has the power to check and balance him. When a judge does it, when a judge decides on the soundness of his legal observations to have a ruling, and then the President of the United States doesn't appeal the ruling like most people kind of do, but starts to drag and insult and threaten that judge with impeachment. And some people, astonishing to me, in our government said, oh, that's right, we should impeach this guy. That's not a question of left or right, that's a question of right or wrong. We're normalizing this behavior. We're letting him do things that Republicans, Democrats should say together are wrong.
Because he's a crook. CROOK. That's spells crook.
So I want to say, I'm going to stop
who should be
soon.
booked. And remember that jail rhymes with bail, and he already failed.
God bless you. I will yield.
You say they look like booty
for
brothers.
a question
Oh my God.
while retaining the floor.
Yeah, Mac 285, you'll get no argument out of me.
Start before I get to my question with just saying how proud I am, how proud we all are of you. And I think I'm old enough to remember Strom Thurmond's filibuster. I can remember being in high school and seeing the news every night and the reporters coming from the steps of the Capitol because they were filibustering the Civil Rights Bill. And what I'm proud of is that your focus on democracy and the opportunities of that democracy opens up for all of our rights, in my mind, cancels out what Strom Thurmond did to prevent African Americans and others from getting the rights they deserve in this country. So I'm proud of that.
All right. If you're proud of that, introduce legislation for the reparations.
About the rule of law and the overreach of this administration.
You ain't said nothing.
And as part of that, you went through a litany of agencies that Congress had established that this president is trying to take away. And I just wanted to point out that you mentioned this earlier, one of those agencies that Congress established is the U.S. Agency for International Development. And earlier today, we had a shadow hearing roundtable, the Democrats on the Foreign Relations Committee. It was on the dangerous consequences of funding cuts to U.S. global health programs. And I know that as ranking member on the subcommittee on African global health policy, you would have really been interested in this. I'm glad you were here on the floor, but I wish you could have heard what we heard from people who testified. We heard Atul Gawande, who used to be the administrator of U.S. Health. We heard from Dan Schwartz, who was vice president and that's a global health program. We heard from Nick Enrich, who's the former assistant administrator for global health at USAID. And they started out by talking about what global health has accomplished through USAID. PEPFAR has saved more than 26 million lives. It's reversed the spread of HIV/AIDS. They've done malaria prevention and control for over 500 million people. They've eradicated smallpox and eliminated most of polio. They've reduced infant mortality by more than 59% since 1990. They've supported cholera, measles, and Ebola outbreak response. And one of the things Dr. Gawande pointed out is that they took the response to Ebola outbreak from 2 weeks. Many of us remember that during the Obama administration when Ebola was coming to the United States. They took that response from 2 weeks down to 24 to 48 hours to be in there to be responding to the Ebola epidemic. And what has this president done? What has Elon Musk and DOGE done? They've gone in to USAID, they've cut the global health workforce 800 to about 60. They've taken the system that was designed to make programs more efficient and they dismantled it. And when General Paul Martin reported on food being important, USAID has been from USAID cheap emergency treatment. He said that what we spend on global health for USAID has been $9 a household in America in a year. $9. Think about, and as they were going through the litany of programs that have been cut, what caught my eye was 75% of the pandemic threat.
What's going on? The thing is messing up?
Yeah, this is what they do to us, sister, because they can't handle this truth. Where's Brother Che? All right, it must have kicked him off. Yeah. Just wait a few minutes to get Brother Che. He'll come back. Okay. Yeah, this is incredible how they do this. Okay, there's Brother Che. He's back. Brother Che.
Okay, sorry, y'all. I got kicked out the studio.
Yeah, twin technical difficulties. It's very, very convenient of how they have these technical difficulties, isn't it, people?
Yeah, well, we do have storms in the area. And I'm on my hot spot, and it's real bad. We chase.
Okay.
It's like in a dead zone. So bear with us.
Okay.
But what are your thoughts so far on what you heard from Cory Bussy and what was that cracker lady that was speaking at the end? We need
from Nevada.
Yeah.
Man, Brother Che, I'm just gonna be real, man. It's a bunch of bullshit, man. It really is. That's all what it is a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They're very, very selective, man, about what they want us to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And then what I'm going to try to do, I'm going here to my like page, and I'm putting a link up there.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you going to your like page because we can just hear you typing away.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. And once again, the damn thing don't want to work. Boy, love it, love it, love it.
All right, which one?
Wow. Okay, we're gonna try it again. But see, people, when they do this stuff with this artificial intelligence, right? And then they come up to us and act like we're stupid, okay? And so I'm putting it up there on the like page and whatnot. And then, of course, y'all be prepared because we might have any type of jackleg come up in here, you know.
Yeah,
and basically just
so if you would like to join us, you can donate to Lady Che. It's her birthday. It's her C-Day. I'm about to put her cash or PayPal in the chat.
Okay. All right. So it's out there. If we get somebody, fine. If we don't get nobody, fine. You know. And then of course, Brother Che, you got the eject button ready, man, in case we get idiots.
All the time, Shabaka.
Yeah.
We're ready, so we have to get ready. All right.
Yeah. And then also, too, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we're doing this here under fair use under the Copyright Act.
Those in the chat, put a number 1 if you want to hear more of that bullshit, or put a number 2 in the chat if you don't.
Well, it's a minstrel show, Brother Che. You know, I find the clown kind of entertaining. I really hate to say that about the brother. I really do. You know, they ain't gonna have you up there. They damn sure ain't gonna have me up there. Yeah, see.
The ones.
Hell,
we have any too.
In handcuffs, you know, for exercising First Amendment right.
Twin said too. Okay, well, it's a no then, Lady J. Mac 285 said 2. Twin said he's done.
What does 2 mean?
2
Twin
means I'm
said
done.
he's done. He can't deal with it no more. I hear you, Twin.
It's like a punishment listening to this, is what Mac 285 said.
He's right.
All right, so let's move on.
Because it's ridiculous.
Desiree, are you still with us, sister?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
What you wanted us to share?
Hey, so it's a flyer of adult Black unity for the youth that I'm having an event June 16th in Virginia Beach, and I wanted to be able to put that flyer because I downloaded it on my computer.
All right, Matt 285, we're gonna keep it rolling. Okay. So at the bottom of the screen where it says present,
yeah,
hit that and then share what you want to share. That's Sister Desiree.
Mm-hmm. Now, the sad part about it is, people, when you get old as me, and you've been seeing the same double.
So how do I move it in the chat? Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. So that's.
I just added it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. And you say you're doing this here in Virginia Beach, Desiree?
Yeah, Virginia Beach, Virginia. With the new Black Panther movie. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I ain't never been to Virginia. Grandma was born in Virginia.
Oh yeah, I got relatives born in Virginia too, Shabaka.
Mm-hmm.
All through the northeast, north, south, southeast.
So we're doing with the youth and the adults. Your starting point is at the park. It's gonna be really nice. People can vent if they want to. And then we're gonna have a van, and we're gonna the Queen Mother and all of them gonna be out there cooking. Food is gonna be all day. You don't have to worry about food. We're gonna have food all day, and we're gonna be going from the park to the Ocean Breeze Park. Yeah,
that's gonna be for Juneteenth this year. Okay.
All right, nice. And then what we'll do for you, Desiree, if you could do a live feed from it, or if somebody's out there on Facebook, we will spread the live feed for you out here in the West.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody's gonna be
out there.
We will
definitely do that.
And then also, I'm getting a projector. So the projector I'm getting for 6 hours, and that's going to be a live projector. And on that projector is going to be Black history, and it's also going to be history for children, and it's going to be going on for 6 hours.
Okay. I like. Okay.
It's going to be outside on the grass where the projector is. It's a inflatable projector, and coming from Funworks, and yeah, we're going to show Black history for 6 hours. It's going to be out there with the youth. They're going to have T-shirts so we know who is with us and who is not. And we're going to take them to the water park, and they can come back and forth at the water park however they want to. And like I said, the Queen Mother is going to be out there cooking, and it's going to be really nice. We're going to be out there from 10. The meeting starts at 10, but we're going to be out there earlier to 7 p.m.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Are you all going to be showing footage of the history of the Black Panther Party, of Malcolm X, and of the former heavyweight champion, Muhammad Ali?
Did I just say 6 hours of history? How you going to have history and not include the Black Panther?
Right.
Come on, get out of here. Oh, how you going to have history and don't talk about Malcolm X or Muhammad Ali? Come on.
Okay, sister, I'm stupid. Okay, this is what happens when you get old.
Hey, I didn't say it, you said it. I didn't say it, you said it. I didn't call you stupid, you said it.
Right. Yeah, you said it, Shabaka. That's right. Teach your own.
Shit, I'm old. Why you think before I check out and cash in the chips, I'm trying to pass down what I lived through so y'all can pass it on down to the generations after you. And we cannot be having our young men going out here wearing skinny jeans and doing other things, if you know what I mean. Skinny jeans, no.
Oh my God.
I mean, man, I go buy me a
dresses
pair of Levi's, right? I'm out there in the Hub City in Compton a couple of years ago. I go buy me some Levi's.
I think I was wearing one.
And they skinny jeans. And I take them back. I said, hey, homie, check this out. These are skinny jeans. Men don't wear this. Well, sir, that's the latest fashion. I said, homie, I'm going to repeat myself. I, as a man, I do not wear skinny jeans. Okay? So give me back my money. So I had to go back and forth with this clown over that. He had to get the manager and all this. Well, sir, it's the latest fashion. Look, check this out. The latest fashion is you giving me back my money. That's the latest fashion. Yeah, but that's a nice digital flyer there, Desiree. I have to give it to whoever created it. That's nice. That's professional. That's sharp. You know what I mean? That really is.
You know that's right. Black owned. Black man did it. Black.
Yeah, and exactly, twin, teach our own, because we cannot be having our children going to these damn public indoctrination centers, and you're gonna have two grown-ass men up there talking about drag queen storybook hour. Kiss my ass.
And they be a bunch of damn chomos and pedophiles and child molesters and all of that.
And both of them got rap sheets for that shit. Mm-hmm. So they got rid of it, you know? And they did right. I mean, just what is it?
Yeah, no skinny jeans.
I mean, what is
Max 285.
Yeah, no, skinny. Okay, brother Che, take over the show, man. I got to answer this call. Please take over.
All right, well, Sister Desiree, this sounds like a wonderful event, and we will do our best to promote it.
Yes, we shall. Sounds good, brother. That's all. You know, that's enough. Yes, that's good for me. Yeah, we want to donate, sponsor a child. Yeah, all good. Black power, race first.
I wish we could take a trip out there. I haven't been to Virginia Beach since I was a kid. Since '94.
Yeah, it would be nice if you could come out there. It's not till June. Yeah. That might even be possible, though. That might be possible.
We'll see. But in the meantime, we'll promote it as much as possible.
Yeah, we'll promote it as much as possible. Sounds good. Black Power Race First. How you doing, sis? I heard you was in the hospital. You doing better now?
Yeah, she's out. She was in there for a good month.
I'm out. I've been out for like a week. And yet, I guess I'm still like kind of, I got a wound vacuum on my stomach.
She had a hernia rupture, Sister Anaya.
Yeah, like four surgeries back to back. And oh wow! Stomach and took out like all this little intestine, big intestine, part of the bowel, a hernia, and then they did kind of like put it back together, but they left it open still. So because I'm very infection prone, like. If I could get any germ or something, I probably got it. You know, and I'm the type of person that catches the worst infections, the kind that rots your skin. Mm-hmm. So I had like three what do you call it, necrosis.
She went into sepsis.
Yeah, wow. So my bowel was dead inside.
But they released her with an infection. We got a whole lawsuit pending.
Oh, I don't blame you. That's right. You need a lawsuit. Yeah, because they did something too. They did something called medical punishment. I think there's another term for it, but you know they don't
malpractice.
They don't let listen black people, you know. Yeah. But when you're advocating for yourself, and you know what they're doing? They're trying to make it so you know you can't have children or mess up your ovaries and stuff like that. Well, that's the problem right there, is because I couldn't feel nothing. Because it was working on my stomach,
but it was hard to feel the sense of any type of urgency. Like anytime you gotta go to the bathroom, you get a little sense of when you have to go.
Right.
And you might push it off for a second depending on where you're at or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. But I don't even have that feeling. And that's wrong. That's so wrong. And then secondly, me and Jesse were trying to have a baby. That's private, but we were trying to have a baby a couple of times, like for the last couple of years. And the hernia was like, it was kind of impeding that. Then when they took it out, I was like, I was saying all kind of funny jokes, like, I'm feeling myself, like, just stupid shit. But then I thought more about it because they let me go with this unexplained, weird, cycling that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, her menstrual cycle was off.
And I was like, that's wrong. This is all wrong because I couldn't feel it. They knocked something around where I couldn't feel my body. I couldn't feel my body. Normally, I'll get like pains in my legs and my one leg, and then pain in my back. It feels like that time. My body would start to ache. It's just the cycle of the moon, And I can't feel anything. So I start, and then they told me, I stopped taking their pain pills. I went cold turkey as soon as I got in the house. I stopped taking them. I just kind of put them somewhere. I don't even remember where I put them. Right? So they give you what did they give you, Justin?
Oxycodone.
I just stopped taking them, and they didn't tell me I went into a miniature withdrawal.
Yeah, because they had her on morphine and
they had me on all kinds of shit.
Other shit.
That's why I couldn't remember anything. I was like, they kept me all drugged up, and then when I got home, I needed to be aware about like my surroundings and what's happening.
You also need to go to another doctor and make sure they didn't take anything out of you while you were asleep.
That's what I was saying too.
That they wasn't supposed to because they known for doing that.
Yeah, and I was like, why can't I feel anything? Like, even now, like it's been over a week, and I can't feel anything still. And then I was like, this is some bullshit. But when I was there and I was awake, and they did some foul shit. Like, when you stand up for yourself or you tell them something, they don't want to listen to you as a black person. They don't want to listen to you. They want to act like you don't know shit. Even though they're like 20 something and you're like 40 something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know your own goddamn body, right? So they act like they don't. They punish me physically, like they punished me. I can't really get into it, but I'll just say it like this: that they didn't come when I asked them to. They said they were busy. They kept saying they were busy for an hour. I let go and I made a mess of my own chair. Right? They finally have to come and deal with it. They didn't want to deal with it, right? So they punished me for it by allowing the security to come up and go through mine and Jesse's things, only to find out that my power chair that was there had been there for like what, 3 weeks?
Yep. 2, 3 weeks. Yeah.
Right, and they finally found the machete.
Yeah, one of the Karen nurses reported her.
Yeah, they finally found the machete that had been there. The damn near comes with the chair. It never comes off the chair. You know what I mean? And they didn't find it like the side they took off to get me out of my own little vehicle, right, to clean me up. They found it after the fact, and only because they sent this brother up there to search. And I was yelling at him like, "Look, all the white people get out the fucking room. Just leave me and the brother."
Yeah, I think it was one of them Tongans.
Yeah,
one of them Samoan like type brothers.
Yeah, they took the one with the braids.
Yeah.
They took my shit. They took my weapon. They went and like assault. I felt like it was assault on Jesse because Jesse wasn't doing shit but sleeping.
Yeah.
He was asleep, and I was like, "What are you doing? Because there's nothing to eat here. Like, I don't get it." You know what I mean? And so they went like woke him up, and they just kept like fucking with him and shit. I kept trying to take it away from him because anything, that's my shit. I run around the city at night. I'm the one that has to have my own. I always have a weapon on me. There's not a moment in time, even right now, there's not a moment in time I don't have a weapon on me.
We stay ready so we ain't got to get ready.
I got a whole fucking dagger and a fucking pipe right here in my fucking hand. I'll kill somebody that comes around the fucking window. You think? So there's not a time where I don't have a fucking weapon. You know? So for them to take it I was like, all right, I want the receipt for it. You will be giving me my shit back. They took it. Then they kicked Jesse out.
Mm-hmm.
And they kept searching Jesse every time again.
Yep.
They searched, like I said, what does it look like when all my
I recorded
family,
it too.
When all my
It's all
family,
been documented.
Yeah, all my family is black.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that comes up here is black. What do you think that looks like legally? And you're searching them for no goddamn reason after they already got up here.
Talking about this is proper protocol.
It says proper protocol. I said, this is racism.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. Yes, the fuck it is. Because everybody that comes in this room is black.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. It wasn't like, you know, my brother came, he had to bring some clothes. He went downstairs. He didn't want to come upstairs. He's like, you don't want to see his sister all fucked up like that.
Yeah.
So he spent Jesse downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse come up with a bag of clothes. And again, they get searched again.
Yep.
He can't even go in the fucking room.
Mm-mm.
Over a bag of pajamas.
Yep.
Just something for me to wear outside after they let me go so I can go home. That's it. They let my hair get all matted and napped
Mm-hmm.
all the way to the scalp. And they didn't want to help me get it out. You know what I mean? They were fucking with me when nobody was around.
Yeah.
So I had my sister B, and I'd asked our boy Ray, our friend Ray,
Oh yeah.
to
Cool.
chop it up with me while I was sleepy, because they would come in and start fussing with me.
Mm-hmm.
They let me break out in wounds. You know what I mean? To, like, in wounds in places ladies shouldn't have wounds at.
They bruised her all up.
Yeah, I'm all fucking bruised up. And dirty. Talk about dirty.
Yeah.
Body is just dirty on purpose. Because when you're this sick and you're bedridden like this, like, you know, you can't really just be moving. People don't realize how much you use your core.
Mm-hmm.
Until you have a major surgery that goes right underneath your breast, down to your, like, past your belly button. Right? So your core is your biggest thing. So that's how you move. Like right now, I woke up and I feel kind of nauseated. But I was like, I mean, answer this call from my dad, you know? No
Yeah.
biggie. And I'm trying to sit up, but my stomach hurts so bad that I can't really just sit up like that. So I'm like, say in like 5-6 minutes for me.
Okay.
So for me, it's like, I have nursing, I have everybody coming, don't just put it like that. You know, I have nurses coming and physical trainers coming, because I have to learn how to maneuver and get up and take care of myself.
Yeah, we're gonna sue them. They're definitely getting sued.
Yeah, they get sued.
Oh,
You know why they get
racist
sued?
motherfuckers.
It's because that's the last time I tell Jesse, well, I don't like to go to the hospital. Just said I wasn't like taking care of my health, right? And in a way, he was wrong. I do take care of my health. I just don't like going. For somebody who's been sickly their whole fucking life, I don't like going to the hospital, because don't let the shade deflect the fucking message. They fuck with me just like they fuck with me in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And we got these little 20-some white girls running around acting like look, I depend on Jesse. But nobody believes me. Jesse was like, yeah, he could pick me up when I was at my highest weight up until the surgery, like maybe 332, something like that, 342. Jesse could pick me up and move me all around my motherfucking bed. Stay there. All right. You know what I mean? Now it's so easy to move me around, it's ridiculous. Right? But he can shift me at the hospital. Like he dragged me to the top with the little straps that I'm sitting on. You know, easy with no problems. You know what I mean? It's probably easier.
Yeah.
Right? And these little bitches was like, we don't need his help. I said, no, I need his help.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to muscle me around and turn me from one end to the other, which is their job. But I'd rather him do it, because they were hurting me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I screamed one day. I was like, you're hurting me. So, shh, shh. No, we're not hurting you. Shh. What is that? Shh. What the fuck you mean? Shh.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, bitch. I was like, and I'm trying to talk to her. I was like, how old is you? I don't want to talk about that, Miss Majors. I was like, well, look at you. Look at this. I'm 45 years old. And I'm like a soldier with these wounds.
Yep.
So what the fuck you talking about?
Up to date.
Do that.
Shit's
Bitch.
45.
Bitch, I was lucky I still got both my legs and my hand from being in the hospital for over 90 fucking days.
Yeah.
Each stint. And now they don't have to close it up. You know what I mean? They gotta close it up.
Yep.
Where did you go?
Where did I go?
Yeah.
When?
On the screen. Aren't you watching your little screen?
Yeah, I'm right here. Shabaka. Oh, we lost Desiree.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so anyway, back to what I was saying. So now that I got the nurses coming, like I got physical training and shit, I can start to work on getting out of my room. Because I was stuck in here. I'm stuck in here because I can't, I need a real nurse. Like, I need somebody to really help me do some things in the restroom. That, like,
okay. She said the alarm's going off in her building.
Yeah, I take a bath.
I can relate to that. That always happens in my building.
And the nurses will be able to help me because just in case something happens, the wound vac is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And instead of treat it like a fucking baby.
Yeah, it's really real shit.
So, like, it's sometimes I feel like it's leaky, and I feel like I can't hold any food down. I could probably eat about a cup of food.
Yeah, your stomach shrunk.
Yeah, about a cup of food before I get like all sickly. And the stuff I eat is really weird because it's the only thing that doesn't taste like the wound, like today Jesse made me some top ramen with ground beef in it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't eat top ramen because Jesse was giving me problems about it, right? But that's what we went to the store for. Earlier before the storm.
Yeah.
And I ate that during city council. Instantly got the itis, fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Woke up, it was kind of a little bit of hunger going on. But I can't really get to it. And tomorrow will come, and I'll be here all by myself. And it'll be really hard. It'll be really, really hard. Because, like, I can't go pay my internet because of the storm. The storm's happening right now, so it's going to be like snow on the ground.
Yeah, it's going to melt. Ain't nothing going to stick.
I don't know, because where I got to go is kind of far. And I depend, like you don't understand, having a partner is a really serious situation. You have to depend on them, especially the worst times.
Yeah.
At times they don't want to be depended on. You know? But like they want to go do their shit, but you got to depend on them. Like, help me get to this place.
Yeah. Or
help me get over here, because me leaving the house with the wound vac, you've seen how dizzy I get.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can't see right. Yeah. Or he had to go with me to the doctors just recently, just this week, I think.
Yeah.
Was it this last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to the doctor. And I was in there drinking a whole 2-liter ginger ale.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all I could hold down. Getting out of my room to go down to my chair to get ready to leave. As soon as I get down there, my heart is pounding in my chest. Yeah. It's only right down the hallway.
Yep.
There's something wrong, you know, like, and I don't want to leave because I don't like that pounding. I don't want to have a heart attack in front of my motherfucking brother.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to die in front of my fucking brother. You see what I'm saying? When they took me out of here, they shimmied me out of the house.
Yeah, they did.
So I don't even remember how they got me out of my room. You know what I mean? Apparently they put me on some sort of thing, and they shimmied me out down the hallway. I think that was funny as hell. I wish somebody would have told me about it. I recorded it because that shit sounds funny as fuck. There's all these men and to put me in a little thing that they carry seals in and shit, and shimmy me from the back of the house all the way to the front and threw me on a gurney like an animal. and the way it was explained was this: how many white men?
About 6.
6 white men, yeah. 6 of them.
Some big crackers. Mm-hmm.
They had 6 honkies.
Yeah.
These
some corn-fed ones.
Oh yeah. Oh no, God. So it takes 6 then.
It took 6 to carry you.
Yeah, 6 to carry you like a dead person. And apparently they seal treated me. I should have told me, but recorded. I wish that time Jesse could have been recording it.
Yeah.
The way they did it, they
I
said,
think the phone was dead or something.
yeah, they were shivering me out the house, like yeah, he said he didn't like that visual at all.
No, I really didn't.
Yeah, I don't remember anything. I was sick, like
It was like they were carrying her out like a body bag.
Yeah. I don't remember. All I know is that I don't want to go back.
Yeah, jab, it was bad.
When they sent me back the second time, and they did that, and they carried me out of the house like that, they sent me back. I didn't say shit. I didn't say nothing to nobody about anything because I just didn't advocate for myself. I think that's what Bianca did. Because then I was like, Bianca, like Jesse and anybody else, they know exactly what to say when it's not them in the situation. They know exactly how to make shit happen.
Yeah.
And how to keep me safe. Because at some point, they couldn't keep me safe. Like if I'm by myself. And that's the thing. Nobody wants to believe it. You know, because they think, oh, the hospital's there to take care of you.
No, not us. Not us. Them hospitals are meant to harm and kill us.
They're there to like make sure that we have a serious understanding about pain. So like when I was in a lot of pain and tell them I'm in a lot of pain, most of somebody in there, I don't see them for like an hour and a half. You know that my tolerance is so high that I can literally just remind myself that I'm numb and I don't feel shit, you know. And so that's why when I got home, I don't know where those pill bottles are. They're probably like 2 sets of Western medicine floating around this bitch. But I don't touch them. I don't want to touch them. I didn't know I wouldn't. I didn't know they put me in like a withdrawal. I think it's here. Jesse, it might be here. It might be here.
Okay. Alright, I gotta get this food, I guess.
Yeah. That's my birthday and I fucking busted together a little bit of something. Normally I just get it for myself and just not to feed it.
No business.
You gotta go run to the park, I think. Yeah. Look, at 11. Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad I'm home, but that it is my birthday, and then everything bad that you can think about is happening right this fucking minute. Like they shut my internet down 4 days early when they weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
My money didn't come like it was supposed to. What else? I went on city council and talked shit. Yeah, it's talking shit, big shit. Because the housing people didn't want to tell us there was a problem. They just want to get rid of it. Want to get rid of a motherfucker so that they can, act like that they weren't affected, but they have been, and that shit pisses me off. And like me being in this position right now, it's kind of like a big thing because I keep falling asleep. I was listening to the show earlier, fell asleep. Woke up, fell asleep. Woke up, fell asleep. And I was supposed to come up on one of the programs over there at J. Billy's, but I couldn't do it because sitting up, all I want to do is throw up. And that's from the wound. Every time we open the door, like, this wound is sealed up. Why do I smell it? Or is it just me? Like, can anybody else smell my body dying? Because it feels like it is. It feels like this ain't the first time. Like with shit in my hand and my leg, it's the same thing. Before I went back to the hospital for both of those, I had an infection. And so I was like, is it just me? Or what? Because you open the door and I was like, I had to check. I have to make sure that everything's okay. And I don't know if it is or not. But the wound seems okay. The nurse said it was fine. But I don't think I believe what white people say at all, especially when it comes to medical shit. So we've been taking pictures. I was taking pictures of it, and I'm like, why does it look like this? I only got 3 more weeks, Nelly. 3 more weeks. And then I can go right back to the surgical people. And they can take the vacuum off and seal it up. Seal it up. What they need to do, seal it up.
Okay. Okay, I'm back, you guys. Huh?
Jesse went to the front of the house. He'll be right back.
Oh, okay. All righty. Okay. So what it is we had Sister Desiree with us, and she sent a box saying that something's happening at her building. So hopefully she'll join us back, to start to close. And then I had to take an important phone call right there. All right. So therefore, is that these. What am I doing? What now? No, I'm sorry. Okay, I went to California over the weekend to Los Angeles. A friend of mine was having a birthday party, so I went down there, to visit with him. And then I got back, late yesterday, and then had to get some rest, And then Jesse walked me through it for setting up the STREAMYARD, you see. And so we're trying to make some things happen out here in Las Vegas. We're keeping a positive thought on that, and then as it unfolds, I'll keep everybody posted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, and try to build our network up right here because, you getting these people out here making money off of nonsense, And then we come with the real, y'all violated community standards and y'all been hate speech and all that stupid shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, too, and I know you saw old Cory Booker up there filibustering, right?
No, I didn't see it because where Jesse has the computer at the front at my desk, my computer is off because the way they keep charging me. Like Xfinity just keeps raising the motherfucking price, even though they know goddamn well I'm not fixing it. And so
you see.
They shut down 4 days earlier than my actual setup was for. My setup is
I know the feeling on that. Yeah, I know the feeling on that is because when I was in LA, they shut off my damn phone. And so I had to go over there, to the place where I got my phone from down in the LA office. Oh, it was an error that they made out there in Las Vegas, when you paid the bill. So you know what I'm going to do tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, so I got to go see. Oh, okay. So I got to go see these clowns out here and give them the riot act. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's just incredible that y'all gonna come up here with this.
Max said he's rolling up one.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at him, and what have you. Yeah. And so then also too, network, although I've had it turned down. And another repo one seat in the house, so you got 232 Democrats and 200 reptilians, you know what I'm saying? And they're on mainstream media right now. Then they had an election in one of the Supreme Kangaroo Courts in the state of Wisconsin. You know what I mean? And then also to that, a special election down there in Sunshine State. Another repo won, you know what I mean? So, ladies and gentlemen, why are we wasting our time voting? Why are we not building up no businesses to buy these crooked ass politicians? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. And like I said, Brother Che, the only one who I'm voting for, if I'm eligible to vote for, is you. Okay? It's because I can't deal with this dumb shit no more, man. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. You know? And then too, brother Che, you do know that the dude they had out here that they call Scam Brown, he won.
Yeah.
Scam Brown. Now that's a hell of a name right there. Hell, you know, I don't mind him winning it because at least the dude is a crook. He's telling you he's a crook. He's telling you he's full of scam and he's lame and all that. Okay, I appreciate the dude's honesty. You see? Because I got more respect for a person that tells me that they ain't shit. They entered it for the money. Hey, man, I'll just vote for you for your honesty. You see?
I've been able to go through the paperwork because I didn't get to my desk to file for office yet. I looked at
and then also too, Lady Che, yeah, the thing you need to bring up is how they put them dummy cops in them police cars on the highways of Colorado. Suppose if an actual emergency goes down and a person needs one of them, and they go up there to the car and all they see in there is a dummy.
I have to think so far that it's really important to stop.
Yeah, and then of course too, Lady Che introduced legislation to tax the rich and help the poor.
Right.
Yep.
And even if your bills don't get through, stay on their helmet. You know what I'm saying? Stay on their helmet. You know what I mean? Let them say what they will. You see what I mean? Because you're going to have that hateration out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just like how people send me all kind of hate mail, man, to my damn Facebook page and like page. And then too,
I didn't start getting the most death threats until Shabaka'S. I didn't start getting the most death threats until I ran for public office.
Yeah, exactly. You see, so you know, protect yourself at all times. Get your security detail. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And a clandestine one at that. What do I mean by a clandestine security detail? You know, have your security detail disguise themselves as drunks, you know, homeless people or what have you. Make sure they're on point, you see. So when a perpetrator try to make them look, oh man, that ain't no security right there. And then when security comes out there and they open bombs his ass upside his dome, what's the old saying? Fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
See? And, you know, apologizing, you know, for the language.
F-A-F-O.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go. F-A-F-O. Where's old Sister Bianca at? I feel like arguing with her.
I invited her. I don't know. She got the invite.
All right. Okay, she might be busy. You know what I'm saying? Get up here and argue with Sister Bianca. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Say, and
Crew said he was going to join us.
Who?
Crew said he was going to join us once he got home.
Oh, okay. All righty. Okay, so Crew is 2 hours ahead. Well, he's an hour ahead of you, and it's 8:20. Okay. So we'll give Crew to about 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And then too, ladies and gentlemen, the Wild Wild West is more wild.
Yeah,
it's more crazy.
Can you hear Lady K?
Yeah, I hear in the background.
Okay, go ahead.
Far away. I'm like, I'm in the room. I'm in the same room, but
I'm on the other side of the room, basically.
I'm on the other side of the room, and I talk really low naturally. So.
And we got a storm going on outside, so
yeah, even if I wanted to pay it, it would require just to do like withdrawals and apply, you know, to another.
So y'all gonna have another blizzard?
Yeah, we got thunder snow going on right now.
Man, that was a cold shot, man. I come out there, man. Car all buried.
It's snowing and a thunderstorm going on. So it's thunder and lightning while it's snowing.
Well, you know, King Shaka used to worship thunder and lightning. You know that, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because a brother from Azania told me that. You see?
Yeah, it always rains on Lady Chase's birthday.
It always rains or snows on my birthday. And so it being thunder snow, it only enhances my belief that, yeah, it's Philly beat. It's Philly beat. I'm feeling it.
Well, from what I understand, the region of the country that you guys are in, you know what I'm saying, is that you got that warm air coming from the south, and you got the cold air coming from the north. And then when the two collide,
if this was May or June, Shabaka, it'd be severe thunderstorms. But since it's April 1st, it's
and then not to mention, and then out here in the West, if the Pacific decides, you know, to kick up, you know, some more weather, you see what I'm saying? You know, like it did, what was that, last year, man, where they had all the mudslides there in California and shit, man. And do you know that the damn insurance companies, man, out there are not paying those people who lost all their homes?
Yep, and it's flooding in Texas right now, too, where good old Governor Bud is.
No, oh, yeah. Governor Rolaids, man, because wasn't they coming down there, man, crumb bumming on a politician who called him Governor Hot Wheels?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I call them Rolaids, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was fucking shit that was called Hot Wheels.
Yeah, they say, and then the sad part about it is, you know, you get these daggone politicians who's supposed to be
all over his apartment.
Dr. Bonds is asking for the link, man. Okay, I think he's still up. Okay, so
Bonds?
Okay, brother. Yeah. Could you send me the link to my phone, Brother Che, 323, so therefore I can forward it to Dr. Barnes?
Just tell him to come to the Front Line Blacc News YouTube page. It's already in the chat.
Okay. Just come to the Front Line
Blacc News.
Okay.
We're live right now.
Okay. All right.
Drop the link in the chat again.
Okay, get Dr. Barnes. Okay.
The Outlaws, at least one of them.
Okay. All right, so I send it to him.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so what was Cory Bussy doing all that crying about? Well,
man, he on dope, man. Yeah, look like you need to go get that stash some more. You know what I'm saying? And so now they're talking about the first 100 days of this crew.
It's like in the dead zone area for it. So I don't have
now, I said also too, another thing too that could be interfering with our signals is because when that senile clown, when Reagan was in office and he was sending up all those space shuttles with these top secret missions, okay, what it was, in my opinion, was the prelude to the internet and stuff like that, right? So they leave that space junk up in there and it's metal. So with it being metal, quite naturally, of course, man, it's going to interfere with the electromagnetic spectrum. You say, but you would need a physicist, man, you know, to give us more details on that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Play this clip hopefully about why Cory Bussy was doing a 24-hour telethon, marathon, coonathon on the House floor, Senate floor.
Yeah, I like that.
From President Trump's tariffs.
The announcement expected tomorrow could cause a trade war with our closest allies, as Julie Cirkin reports.
Because they know I don't play games.
On the eve of what he calls Liberation Day, President Trump is getting ready to unveil his new plan for tariffs. Taxes on imported goods on every country.
Whatever they charge us, we charge them, but we're being nicer than they were.
While the president says he has a plan, the size and scope are a mystery, and the uncertainty could lead to higher prices for most U.S. industries. But a majority of Republican lawmakers are standing with Trump.
Most of the concern, I represent an agricultural business, so most of the concern is actually retaliation against the export of American agricultural products. I have some concern, but look, I think the president's broadly doing the right thing.
The president's a business person.
Many businesses, though, already feeling squeezed by tariffs imposed last month. From the cost of cars to the price of wedding gowns, you may even have to dig deeper to say yes to the perfect dress.
Some designers have already sent us tariff costs, and some have decided to hold off on that.
And as markets react to the tariff impact, workers brace for more cuts across the federal government, this time at Health and Human Services, including the Centers for Disease Control and the Food and Drug Administration. Employees stood in line for hours outside this HHS building in Maryland, only to find out they no longer have jobs when their security badges didn't work. It's part of HHS Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr.'s push to reshape the public health infrastructure.
I rise tonight because I believe sincerely that our country is in crisis.
Meanwhile, Democrat Cory Booker taking a literal stand on the Senate floor. He began speaking Monday night just after 7 p.m. and continued well into Tuesday, shining a spotlight on what he calls a grave and urgent threat from the president's actions.
In Washington, Julie Sturkin, NBC News.
Was he a drug suit?
It must have been. All right, Shabaka. So tomorrow's Liberation Day, according to the dump.
For what? Was he liberating? Looks like he's putting it more in a oppressive state than liberating.
And he's declaring tariffs on all countries.
How's that liberating?
Shabaka's muted.
How's that liberating though?
I don't know, Lady Cherry, but he calls it Liberation Day. Let's see. Front Liberation Day. For tariffs. Okay, let's see. Let's hear it from the dump's old mouth.
But we have Liberation Day, as you know, on April 2nd.
President Trump has called Wednesday, April 2nd, Liberation Day. He calls it liberation from foreign goods in the U.S. markets and making sure that U.S. goods are what's being purchased by consumers here. So, but we don't exactly know all the details of what President Trump has planned. We don't know which sector is going to hit, which countries, how high the cost will go. We're told that it's still in flux. Things are still being finalized. But we know that if he goes through with this, it could have a severe impact on costs for consumers. It is already having an impact on the markets. So we're all waiting to see what the details of what exactly President Trump has planned. Well, we can look at the auto tariffs that President Trump said would go into effect actually on April 3rd. He announced them earlier this month. And we have some independent economic analyses, actually, the one that comes from the famed economist Art Laffer. He's actually one of President Trump's favorite economists. In his own private analyses, Mr. Laffer said it could raise the prices of cars by more than $4,700 for consumers. Now, President Trump says with his tariffs on cars, it could bring more of the manufacturing back home. It would ultimately lower prices. But President Trump also says he doesn't care if the prices go higher for a little bit because it means that ultimately people would buy American products. And that's his goal here. I would watch for reaction from Republican lawmakers, especially from these farm states. Tariffs, depending on how they are shaped, tend to hurt farm states the most. And these are Trump voters. So what are voters in Iowa, South Dakota, Kansas, and what are the representatives from those areas? What are they going to say? That's going to be a really interesting storyline to watch in the next coming days and weeks.
Oh, the machine just beeped or something. Shabaka.
Yes, sir. I'm back. I just got off the phone with Dr. Barnes, man. He says that he's in the YouTube chat room, man, with us. Okay, so I guess that you got control of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the link is in the chat. So if he's in the chat room, all I gotta do is hit the link.
Okay, all righty. And you know, he said he's on there on YouTube, so if you could put it up there on there, for it, man. All you got to do is click it to join us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the link is in the chat.
Okay. All righty. Okay, and you got it on the and you got the link in the YouTube as well too, right?
Thank you. All right. So,
okay.
Yeah, as soon as he hits the link, I can add him to the screen.
Okay. All righty. Okay. All right. So please relate to him in the YouTube chat, you know, just to click the link, you know, it'd be good to have him. Okay. So therefore, Donald Duck. Yeah. Donald Duck. Okay. Cory Booker. Yeah. And it's really sad is because, like I said, you know, coming up during the civil rights Black empowerment era, you have to remember we had a lot of people that died, you know what I'm saying? And just what are they saying about these confused individuals calling themselves women when they're actually men? And like we always say, they have their human rights and they have their civil rights, right? But don't no man got no right coming up to me telling me that the crack of his nasty, funky, stinking ass is that of a woman's womb. I'm not going for it. And I wasn't born yesterday, you know what I'm saying? But he's got his human rights, he's got his civil rights. Yeah, exactly. You see what I mean? You know, man, I mean, it's just weird. It's just crazy, man. I mean, is there something in the food? Is something in the water? You know what I'm saying? No, or
Yeah,
what? Just where's the C? Yeah, where's the C? Yes, sir. And where's the CEO conspiracy at? You know what I'm saying?
It's all
yeah, you know. And then you're putting up here, man, Uncle Sambo Jackson and Cory Booker and all of this old type of crap.
Al Green. Can't forget Al Green.
Oh yeah. Yeah, can't forget Al Green, you know. And then when we talk about becoming self-sufficient and all that, well, you know, you people are prejudiced and what have you. Okay, show me what banks we control. Show me what police departments we control. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they might be right because we can't be prejudiced, but we can't be racist. That's the difference.
Yeah, right.
They confuse with racism. Racism is the power to enforce your prejudice onto other groups of people. We don't have that. Not currently. So until we do, we can't be racist.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're in no political, economic, or position to be such. You see? And then you know me, Brother Chad, I'm going to say it again. Well, we're all the same, guy. Well, this is April the 1st. In 90 days, it'll be July the 1st. Come out here and sit out in the sun with me.
Yeah.
You know, and we ought to have a wind chill, man, of about 110, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of the night. You know, high probably go up to about 129, you know, 127, you say. And too, for those of you who have never been out here in this desert,
I have.
Yeah, so make sure you keep your radiator flush and make sure you put a lot of antifreeze in your engine, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, because I just bought me a jug yesterday before I went to LA, you know? So I'm going to keep it up there on the regular, you know what I mean? And what have you. Okay, all right, so
about this March, they're supposed to be having, they're calling it the Mayo March on
March.
April 5th. Yeah, they're having a march on April 5th.
Where at?
In DC.
Oh, okay. All righty. And then also, too, I just want to comment on is that they, the Trumpster had told us.
The Mayo March.
That's what I call it.
Yeah. What they pulled up the Black Lives Matter, the Black Lives Matter sign that was on the street right there.
What? Where?
Well, Lady Chain.
In Washington, D.C. Yeah, they had a map up there or a sign up there that said Black Lives
It's against the dump in Elon Musk.
Oh, God, so bad.
Yeah, so sticky bird and little stink and dumpster.
I just told you, it's the Mayo March, the national protest, April 5th. That's the name of it. Elon Musk and Trump.
Why do you call it anything else?
What they're calling it, the national, the crackers that's behind the shit. They're calling it the National Day of Action, Saturday, April 5th.
Where'd you get this shit from?
The New Black Media, Lady Chain.
Oh my God.
The Mayo March.
Why, Lord? Why?
There's a bunch of crackers that's going to be involved with it. I think this is Dr. Barnes.
Oh, okay. Bring them on.
Greetings, Dr. Barnes.
Dr. Barnes.
Can you hear us, Dr. Barnes?
You might have to unmute his mic.
Dr. Barnes. His mic is unmuted, but I can't hear him. Can you hear him, Shabaka?
No, sir.
Dr. Barnes, we can't hear you. Is your mic connected? He might be having technical difficulties.
They do this nonsense every time.
Dr. Barnes, if you can hear us, you might have to go out and come back in. Cab, if you can hear us, you might have to go out and come back in. We can't
can y'all hear me now?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Man,
thank
you
very much for joining us. Yes, sir. So we got the desert, the mount. Yes, sir, Dr. Barnes.
First of all, I'd like to shout you and Jesse out. I love what y'all do. I want to say that. I want to say that. I appreciate the way y'all move. But I want to say this. Shout out to all the foundational Black Americans that are tuned in. Shout out to individuals who understand that our existence in this country as the original Americans, the only really established Americans, holds a lot of sway. And let me say, I'm proud of the state of Wisconsin because we made a statement tonight. We ran Trump and Musk out of our state. We elected a Democratic Supreme Court judge.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I'm seeing that on mainstream media. Okay, good.
Yes, sir. We stood up to the powers that be, even though Trump won this state. And let me explain this clearly. Wisconsin is a state that's 86% white, but we have a very powerful foundational Black consortium because southeastern Wisconsin, Milwaukee County, 85% of the minority population lives in this sector of the state, right? And our votes matter. Our votes matter. And tonight, my people went to the polls because I've been telling people, okay, we lost the presidential election, but let's deal with these judges. The judges are the only ones that are standing up against Trump. Now we got to get into midterms. There's no taxation without representation. You understand what I'm saying? And
absolutely.
And whether you feel like you're American or not, you pay taxes. So there's duty owed.
Sure.
There's duty owed. All this money is house money. They're playing with our money. This is our money. Now, if you're racist and if you're a white person and you want to discount my people, understand the impact of us wholesalely boycotting anything that's economic in this country. We are the biggest consumers. We power this economy. The power is ours.
Facts.
You want to hurt you want to hurt a white man? You want to hurt a white man? Fuck with his money.
Exactly.
Fuck with his money.
That's for real. Yeah, hit him where it hurts the most, in the pocketbook.
So what people need to understand is the origination of when civil rights in terms of black people became effective. It's when we did that motherfucking Montgomery boycott down when we stopped riding them buses. Them white people was upset. They had to say, y'all can sit wherever y'all want to sit. Now, the irony of that is we choose to sit on the back of the bus now. The point is, when we keep our money, Marvin Sapp say, close the door. Y'all close the door. Close the door. I got something to say to my people. Close the door. If you don't want to give, then don't give. But what I'm saying to my people is stop discounting yourself. Stop thinking that there's something we can't do when we've literally done everything. What haven't we done? What haven't we overcome? What adversity have you put in our way that stopped us? We are the people. So what I will say to stand up to this tyranny that we've seen presented to us via this whole Trump campaign and this whole two-party political system, which is bullshit in the first fucking place, because there's a million decisions to make. You cannot ever say, well, you only got to choose between this or that one. Bullshit. Bullshit. It goes a bunch of different ways. So what I'm saying to my people is don't get down. Don't get distressed. It's going to get greater later. As soon as we understand that we got to stop doubting ourselves and start empowering ourselves.
That's right. And that's why platforms like ours exist. So we can empower ourselves and we can get this message out to our people about, we built this country. We did the damn thing. We still doing the damn thing. We're not getting the credit for it, but we did the damn thing. And we're more powerful than we know.
Well, I'm here to tell my people, you give away more power than what's taken from you. They got you in a situation where you give up power. I ain't giving up shit. I ain't turning down nothing but my collar. I can do whatever I want to do because my ancestors showed me that I can do that. You feel me?
And also too, Dr. Barnes. Now, this is why you always hear me praising Newton, the Black Panther Party, the X-Men, what have you, because these people made the ultimate sacrifice. The same thing down there, man, with the civil rights marches too, is because there's a difference between the civil rights movement and the Black empowerment era. Okay, although that they were interchanging at the same time, about say 1965, 1966. You know,
wait. So you're talking about the nonviolent student coordination versus the students. The students were different from Martin them. Stokely and them wanted power. Martin wanted inclusion, and he admitted that was a mistake. We don't need inclusion. Check this out. If you don't want me in your restaurant, I don't want to eat there.
Yeah, exactly.
You can hang a sign up on your window. You can hang a sign up on your window today that says no blacks allowed. Thank you for letting me fucking know.
Exactly.
You cannot survive without us. There's no America without black people. There's no planet. There's no planet without black people. We are the most gifted individuals on the face of this earth. Nobody can withstand the sun. Nobody. The sun is the most powerful entity. The sun is Thanos. The sun can't beat us.
Exactly. And that's why, Dr. Barnes, all this hate mail and shit that I get, man, y'all, Jesse knows what I'm talking about, man. Used to see this shit. Well, Shabaka'S, we're all the same. Hey, man, come out here to Las Vegas, man, on the first day of summer. We got a wind chill of about 110 degrees, okay? But you got to leave your sunscreen at home. Now, when you start turning red and say, I need water, then I'll go make an anonymous call, man, for the paramedics to come scrape your ass up. But one thing that you crackers would do to me, if I'm out there in that snow up there in the Great Lake region and I'm freezing to death, they'll probably sit up there and laugh at me, man, because I've seen some clips, Dr. Barnes, where these polar bears that they call themselves have been jumping off into Lake Michigan, Lake Erie, man, in the middle of January, man, with no damn clothes on, man, and 10-degree weather, 10 below zero weather. And I said, man, you better than me, because that'd kill my ass. Yeah.
Shabaka'S. My parents were sharecroppers in Jim Crow, Mississippi. My parents, not my grandparents, my parents, right?
Ouch.
And I am a product of the Great Migration. So you know what happened? My parents, who were raised in that 102-degree sun picking cotton in the red dirt of Mississippi, figured out how to come to the cold Arctic regions of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and flourish. We will survive anywhere. Stop. Nobody can play with us, Shabaka. No, because and you know what? We made it look cool. We cold. So the coats that we wear become fashionable. The clothing, because you know, we gonna dress for the weather, but we're gonna put some flair on it. I ain't just got a coat on, I got a cashmere coat with a fur collar, with some gator shoes. Right. White man, like, how in the fuck is these motherfuckers still fly after all these goddamn years? Nobody can fuck with us. We are the ones. We are a lost tribe of Jews. We are the real Jews. That's why the minister Farrakhan says you're Jewish. You're Jewish-ish. You're Jewish. Yeah. You're not the people of God. We are the children of God. If you go back to Egypt, it's not Egypt until the Greeks got involved. It's Kemet. We invented higher education. You motherfuckers wouldn't even know how to research. Y'all don't know
how to wipe their ass, Dr. Barnes, if it wasn't for us.
Right now they're promoting deodorant and saying you ain't got to wash your ass for 3 days if you wear this. Get the fuck out of here. You got to wash your ass,
man. Every day, man. You know what I'm saying? Every day
you got to wash your ass.
Yeah, that's right. You know what I mean? And then too, and also too, Dr. Barnes, you probably heard of this place in Oakland called Laney College. And I was over there by the Bear Rapid Transit BART station, which is right by there. And I was speaking to the sister from Ethiopia. And I says, why are y'all so hypnotically beautiful? She says it is the word of God. And then so we got to talking, and then she says, you know, Black woman gave the world the concept of feminine hygiene. You know what I mean? I said, okay, all right. I says, okay.
Let me get it. I don't want to take all y'all time. I'm a humble guy. I mean, despite what I'm humble.
Brother, you family, Dr. Barnes. Take as much time as you need.
As great as the foundational Black American male is, the foundational Black American woman is even greater, because she the one who she showed them how to cook chitlin. She showed them how to cook collard greens. She showed them how to cook dressing. Your belly was full on the holidays. Mama run the house. Black mamas, we got to give it up for our foundational Black American sisters. I think the mistake I made in being a delineator and big upping us as Black men, foundational Black American men, is forgetting the power of foundational Black American women. We talking about women who ain't got a BBL, ain't got a breast job, ain't got a tan. She got them lips, she got them hips. What Maya Angelou say? Still I rise, right?
Yeah.
So we got to give it up for them too. I got one of them. Some of y'all ain't gotten there. I got one. It matters, because when I'm weak, she's strong for me, and she won't let me take no shorts. Nigga, you ain't that. No, nigga, you remain a king. Okay. You feel me? So
okay, there you are, Dr. Barnes. You're back.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was giving it up for the foundational Black American woman, because I feel like we leave them out. You know, it's some sisters out here. It's some sisters out here that's real with this shit. I got one. Just straighten a real nigga out. Straighten the street dude out and say, no, hey baby, I'm here. And I get it. I get annoyed by her sometimes, but I know it's for the greater good. That's why I'm telling these individuals, Solidarity is our only choice. We're not ready for separatism. We're not ready for sovereignty. Solidarity is our only choice. Everybody else has done it. What we waiting on?
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Now,
Solidarity
okay,
with
Barnes, but it's that
solidarity with
institution.
FBA and FBA, or solidarity with FBA and the diaspora. Because the diaspora has made it clear they ain't trying to have no solidarity with us. So
okay, but see, that's the neo-colonialism, brother Check.
We have solidarity just with FBA.
Okay, but see, but also too, you got these neo-colonialists, just like that sister who went there and told that brother from Nigeria when he was talking all that negative stuff about black people here in America, and the sister went there and got on his helmet and said that if your black ass was here in 1962, you'd be subjugated to them fire hoses and that nightstick gliding gracefully upside your head. Now, there was an older brother that did a clip, who sat at the lunch counters there in North Carolina, and he had stated that I had to agree with, and I kind of figured that. He says, man, that stuff was so substandard, man, we walked up out of there because we didn't know what they was putting in the shit. You know what I mean? Come on.
Hey, Shabaka.
Yeah.
Let me put this out here. Who out there wants to eat white people food? White people have cats. White people are nasty. Why do you start eating the white man's food? It's not seasoned.
Yeah.
There's no flavor to it. So I'm not sitting at no lunch counter. Fuck that lunch counter.
That's right.
Let's open a black restaurant with a black lunch counter. Once again,
yes, sir.
Once again, hindsight is 20/20. It's easy to look back and be an armchair quarterback and say they should have done this, that, and the third. But we got to deal with what we know right now. We have a realization. You should have a realization as a foundation of Black American right now in saying, I don't expect white people to fuck with me. When you seek their approval, you get lost because their standard of beauty is not true beauty. Listen, I watch white men make their women get tans and fuller lips and ass injections. Black women they're already there.
Exactly.
We got the greatest reason. And when it comes on the flip side, when women say, I want a dark man, tall, dark, and handsome with a big dick, that is me. It's here.
Oh boy, it's never a dull moment here. And then
we don't. I guess my point is, we don't gotta look no further, right? That's that. What's his name? Don't look any further. That's that song.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of flavor we possess, where we'll say it and we'll write it and then we'll do a song about the shit, and it will become an anthem. Our awareness is cultural. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
so
that's
why I tell black people, stop hating yourself. Why the fuck you hate yourself?
Right.
Why do you hate yourself? I'm not your enemy. You're not my enemy.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We got to get to the point where all of the outside noise is just that, right? Like, let them say, look, no white racist can even affect me right now, y'all. I'm gonna be honest, and y'all know this. I got a group. Yeah. We never had any problems with trolls. White people come in and say all foul shit. I'll be like, I'm laughing at your ass. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Right.
Is that supposed to stop me? You can't stop me like that. You can't stop me like that. You can't talk about it. You gotta be about it. Now, if you about it, then we become adversaries. Now it's me against you. Now we playing chess, not checkers. Now I'm gonna destroy you, or you're gonna destroy me. Either way it go, it's a good death. It's a good death. Yeah. Like, So I want to say to black people, stop believing in all of the counterproductive bullshit. Let's get this shit together. On my show on Outlaw Radio, I welcome all different opinions.
Oh yeah.
I'm never
And
emotional about it.
Sure does. We can definitely vouch for that.
No, that he does. No, Dr. Barnes does do that, man, and I appreciate him shouting us out, man, when we do come up there and what have you, and that's why we love having Dr. Barnes with us. Now, for those of you who's been sending me hate mail on my like pages like this, Shabaka, you're a racist piece of shit. Okay, and my reply is this: tell me what police departments that we control. Huh?
So what if you Shabaka? You a triple OG.
Yeah.
So what if you racist? You've seen enough in your life. You deserve to be racist. You deserve to be able to say,
you ain't
"Fuck
lying
these white
about
people."
that, Dr. Barnes. Man, you ain't lying about that. You know? And so then they sit up there and then when I ask them, and I try to have intelligent debates with them, because a few of them that I have, and one had to concede when I told them, okay, what major industries do black people control besides none? So the dude came back to me and says, well, you know what, Shabak, you're on that. And he said, with that being brought to me, I will patronize black business, but the quality of service has got to be good, universal principle. The quality of the product has got to be good, universal principle. You know what I'm saying? I want to be treated.
Whose service good? Who's what? Listen, Walmart done fucked my order up. I done left McDonald's without my fries. There's no such thing as customer service. You can't put me up to a standard that you don't put everybody else up to. The fact of the matter is, they can say that, but there's really no industry. We haven't commandeered an industry. So what we got to do is look inside and say, even with our culture, you would think we held this kind of we held a domination because we've created the culture. But you know who owns our culture? White dudes and Jews. So it's an old Jew involved somewhere. You know, the slang
Hollywood.
the clothing you wear. Right. So what they say the GDP? What's our gross domestic product? Black people have to say,
Dr. Barnes.
what are we producing?
Exactly. And we have to become producers instead of always being consumers. You see what I mean? And then to prove you. And then to prove that point even further, Dr. Barnes, okay, I don't know if you ever been to Northern California, Brother Che has. I'm at the Berkeley BART station, right? Now I see this brother from Nigeria, man, you know what I'm saying? And he's wrapping up these copper bracelets. I said, hey, brother, what's that day? He says, well, it's the copper bracelets, you know, they're tuning in on the frequency, man, like for arthritis reliever. White boy standing right there, buttoning the conversation. And I had to tell a white boy, I says, look, man, this is the conversation between two black men, man. How could this possibly interest you? You see? And
all right, so Dr. Barnes.
The way he found himself in is that he was a tether. He's not an FBA. You know, you gotta talk to FBA. He's a tether. You can come here and enjoy all the fruits of the labor, but understand we the ones who made it happen. Nobody did what we did. Did you see any Puerto Ricans getting fire hoses and dogs sicked on them? No. I've never seen a Puerto Rican. Did you ever see an Irish or no? It never happened to anybody except us. So that means we paid the cost to be the motherfucking boss. Respect us. Respect us.
So, Kev, what are your thoughts on this Liberation Day the dump is doing tomorrow, and that march they having on the 5th? They're calling it the National Day of Action. It's supposed to be a Mayo march. So we on it.
So the way I see this whole thing is Trump is a white nationalist. His cabinet is full of white nationalists. Now, see, I understand it because I'm a black nationalist.
Right.
That's
right.
We're black nationalists too.
Well, now, but if we were in charge, and we're not. But if I was in charge, everything would be black. I ain't gonna lie. It'd be people pissed off like President going crazy. President Barnes, he done took J. Edgar Hoover name off the FBI building. I do that, right? That's what I do. That's what I do. But this is he's a white nationalist. White nationalism is the word of the day. So as foundational Black Americans, what we got to do is circle the wagons, like we've always done, and said, you know what, white men going crazy. It's that Chappelle skit where said white people been fucking up, right?
Yeah.
So, of course, tomorrow he can label it what he wants, but it doesn't have anything to do with us. He's talking about liberation. It ain't about what's real liberation. Real liberation is freeing the people that have been oppressed. It's not about giving the people that have been in charge more power. It's a misnomer. And if you don't understand what the white man is saying, if you don't understand that he's white nationalist, this is the purpose of his whole, he is to put white men back in power. But it won't last because the world has changed. The world has changed.
Exactly.
So let's watch it. You know what? I'm gonna have a good time tomorrow because I'm gonna do some black shit because I got a show tomorrow.
Yep. Y'all.
So on White Liberation Day, I'm doing Outlaw Radio.
The People's
definitely
People's
people
Network.
check out
tomorrow night
with Dr. Barnes. And I think you started in the Eastern time zone. Wait a minute, Dr. Barnes, you're in the Central time zone because you're on top of Chicago. So he's in the Central time zone.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 414 all day, lap on the Great Migration. We at the top of the map. We damn near to Canada.
Yes, sir.
It ain't going down.
By the way, Dr. Barnes, we Laker fans thank you for Abdul-Jabbar, man, in the early 70s.
Fuck Lakers. I'm a Bucks fan.
Exactly.
Fuck with the Packers and the Bucks. I'm from a different time. Hey, Shabak, I love y'all, man. Y'all West Coast. I'm from the Midwest.
Right.
Yeah, y'all truly Midwest. They think we Midwest, and we're like, nah.
If the Packers ain't watching football.
Oh, man. What's your thoughts on Elon with that cheese hat?
Dr. Barnes.
We lost Dr. Barnes. Yeah, we can't hear you. Oh, he dropped off.
Okay, hopefully he'll click back in.
But yeah, make sure y'all check out Outlaw Radio. They go live every Monday and Wednesday at about what's that? 7:30 Central Time. 6:30 Mountain
they
Time.
7:30 in the Central Time.
Yeah.
So that there will be 6:30 in the Mountain Time, and that there will be 5:30 out here in the West.
Yep.
Okay, Dr. Barnes, Earth calling Dr. Barnes.
Hold on, Shabaka. I'm gonna play this clip.
On Friday, it seems just like a perfect extension right out of Cesar Chavez Day on coming up this Friday at the Liberty Bell in downtown Bakersfield. And you'll sign up on the organizers of this event. Joining us in Studio B, thanks for coming in this morning. Of course, appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Talk a little bit about what people can expect when they head out there Friday.
Yeah, so 5051 is an organization that has really popped up to tell Donald Trump and the Republican Party that folks want their hands off of Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP, WIC, Social Security, and these cuts that are being talked about by DOGE. And yeah, it's really a movement, an organic movement that has come together to show collectively, with a lot of solidarity, how large the backlash to these cuts really is, and folks are taking in the streets.
More of a preemptive one, like many of the organizations and different activities and events that have been so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, preemptive in the sense that the budget has already started to go through. It's not. It's obviously like nothing is finalized yet, but I think the reason for this pressure, right, especially here in our district, is 68% of folks in CD22, it's the district we're currently in right now, the congressional district we're currently in right now, rely on Medicaid. And so, here I think there's a lot of momentum because folks are really feeling, when 2 out of the 3 of the folks in the district rely on these programs, they're feeling anxiety about that.
Then your opinion though on the obviously DOGE and the different cuts that they're trying to identify within and find wasteful spending? Do you think it goes? Yes.
I think DOGE
because they're pointing out from what they're putting out there. They're pointing out that there are multiple payments going out to similar people. There are all these things that they're finding within the system where money is going out, and they're trying to refine it and just make it better. You're saying it's going way beyond that.
I don't think that's actually what they're doing. I think that's what they're saying they're doing. I think what they're actually doing is trying to make an argument and try to sow discontent. Go to the right people that are, we're trying to find waste, fraud, and abuse, right? It doesn't exist to the level that they're talking about, particularly in Social Security, Medicaid. If we really want to talk about waste, fraud, and abuse, we'd love to see DOGE really go after the Pentagon. A department that has failed to self-audit many times, right? Why wasn't that the first thing when we talk about defense spending, things like that? Why isn't that the first thing that we're going after and looking at, rather than programs that actually help people, that keep people alive in this very district?
Looking beyond Friday, this has been the organization that's putting this on. You're saying that there's various groups that have all joined together. Is this something that's going to continue?
I think so. I think a lot of people are banding together to, one, show solidarity, and two, protect their communities. I mean, there's a lot of things that are happening here in Kern County, right? When we look at the immigration ICE sweeps that attacking our immigrant community, when we look at the potential cuts to Medicaid, WIC, SNAP, so many of our folks here in Kern rely on these programs, and I think that's why you're seeing a lot of people stand up, get out into the streets, and just demand some accountability, right? David Valadao should be talking to his constituents, right? Some people will say, "Oh, it's all political," right? They're just pushing him because they want to get him out in 2026. The reality is that if you're a representative, you need to represent your constituency. He should be having these town halls himself, right? He is in a district that has voted for him, but is blue, right? He's a Republican, but the numbers are blue. So he should be able to come out and say, hey, I know we don't agree on everything, but let's talk about this and let's talk about what I'm doing. Explain what he's doing. That's
Neil,
what he should be doing.
What time at the Liberty Bell on Friday?
It's at noon.
At noon at the Liberty Bell.
Yeah.
Neil Sonnepa, thank you for coming in this morning and sharing your thoughts. Appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you, Mike.
Let's go back inside Studio A.
Okay.
All right, Shabaka. Let's see. Barnes is back. Let me bring him back in.
Okay, absolutely.
Okay, welcome back, Barnes.
Dr. Barnes?
I don't know if y'all can hear me. Am I on?
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, we could hear you now, man. Dr. Barnes, that's that bullshit they put on us. Every fucking time, man, we come up here and do this, man, and start hitting them with the truth, man. We start having all these damn glitches and all that old bullshit. So that's just that bullshit.
Shabaka.
Yeah.
It don't matter. God don't make no mistakes. I'm back.
Okay. Okay.
I just I want to hear. I'm on y'all platform. I just want to hear y'all. I want to relish in hearing my brothers. I don't want to be belligerent. I don't want to try to dominate the microphone. I'm just here to listen, man. I'm just a humble servant.
No, it's all good, Dr. Barnes. You family, man. You family. And keep in mind, Dr. Barnes and Brother Chad tell you, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. You know what I'm saying? And then, I got somewhat of an education that I'm going to try to go back and get. And we all know the word is education. And that is the difference between a wise man and a fool, because it's much easier for a wise man to act a fool than a goddamn fool to act a wise man. That part, All right. So therefore, man, Trump is Trump. Okay, we knew what this orange bastard was going to do when he got selected, elected, or whatever. You see what I mean? And all we got to do is, like Curtis Mayfield said, man, in the 1960s, you got to keep on pushing. They say, we know what we're up against. Okay, we got to come with a strategy, reinvest in self. You know what I'm saying? And when you get these goddamn trolls on your page, man, that I had to learn, delete and block. Like Jesse told me, it's clickbait to get you tore down, you know, because I've been called every nigga, every black racist, every black son of a bitch, this, that, that, the other, and this, that, blah, 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 blah. Well, Shabaka'S, we're all the same. Come bring your ass out here in the summer and sit with me in this sun, you know? We don't hate nobody. All I advocate is that we quit hating ourselves. Do you see what I mean? And let these white supremacists, these dumpsters, and just go on and let a man and take a nosedive. You know what I'm saying? But one thing, though, they can't come to us. You see what I mean? Y'all done did too much. I mean, y'all even got dissension in your own ranks. You know what I mean? And then just like what the X-Man said, and we all saw the movie with Denzel where the X-Man said in his book the same thing. He was going to lecture up there, I believe, what was that, Brother Che, Harvard or was it Princeton? I do know it's one of the Ivy League schools. And a young white woman that came up to him and says, well, Mr. X, somebody who's white like me, who ain't prejudiced, what could I do to further your cause? And he said nothing. The X-Man stated in his book toward the end of it is that he should have sat down and talked with her. You know what I mean? And then...
For what? For what, though? For what?
Okay.
For what?
Well, okay. Well, I think the X-Man was talking about.
Respectfully, and I get, you know, El Haj Malik Shabazz. We're talking about Malcolm.
Yes.
We're talking about Malcolm.
Yes.
And
yes.
what I would say to Malcolm, and I'm not privy enough to be able to speak to Malcolm because he perished before I was born. You understand what I'm saying?
Barnes, I saw Malcolm speak when I was 2, and I didn't even know who the heck he was until I asked my mama 18 years later.
But I'm a black man who's talked to white women. So let's talk about a black man who's, because let's be honest, you don't know the devil unless you lay down with him. I hear a lot of brothers talking about they never dealt with. I've dealt with white women. Listen, man, I'll strike you down. I believe in. I'm a heterosexual, so pussy don't got no color. It's all pink on the inside. And so I've spoken with white women.
Dr. Barnes, I see your reasoning on that there, man, but I always like mine tan, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I know. I love black women. Like, that's why I married a black woman. But I'm a heterosexual male, so I like vagina. And so for me, the thing was, I'm going to get vagina. That keeps me calm. Vagina is like, I don't drink coffee, right? But I like vagina. Yeah. I love vagina. Like, the power of the vagina is great.
Right.
And so,
Dr.
Barnes, like I said, Dr. Barnes, it takes 6 guys to carry a man to his grave and only one woman to put him there.
So what I'm saying is, what I would do is talk to white women to see if there was even a possibility that I could fuck with you long term. And I realized early on that there wasn't. It was just sexual, because I like vagina and you have one. And I wasn't, you know. So I realized that, well, there's no possibility of her ever being able to be my mate. And that's what I'm saying. Along that path, I met a black woman who was in the struggle the same way I was, and we still married 25 years, right?
Okay.
So I'm saying, so in my conversation with white women, what I realized is that they really just don't get it. It is a cultural thing. They just don't get it. So if you get one, you're compromised. You're compromised because you got to try and understand her whiteness.
Nothing better than a black woman.
Any black man that thinks he can understand whiteness. So for me, I needed the whole package. I needed for you, if I'm gonna give you this penis, I need for you to understand my struggle and where I come from. That's why my wife won out over all those ice queens. She won out. And believe me, I love blondes. When I was a young man, I love a blonde white woman because I felt like I can take it to the. I'm going to the pulpit on you, baby. You gonna have to tell your daddy you in love with a nigga. But I realized that. but I realized that. No, but I'm saying I realized when I met my wife that the only thing that made sense was for me to be with her and her to be with me. And my son is black. My daughter is black. Like we've extended this. We built on the legacy. I didn't muddy the gene pool. Even though the white pussy was good and it was available, right? You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So I'm not making excuses. What I'm saying is a man has to realize what being a man is. If you're a man, that means you like women. I like women, and women don't come in one flavor. I done seen some white women that was fine as a motherfucker because she married me, because she come home to meet my mama like I did with my wife. Absolutely not. But I will tear her ass off. I will tear her ass off. Let me hit a blunt and some malt liquor. I'm gonna give you the loving that you never had in your life, but you can't come home with her. My mama told me when I went to North Dakota, she said, if she can't use your comb, you can't bring her home. Go have all the fun you want to. If you want to have fun, son, go do it. I said, Mama, I'm doing it.
And the closest I've been to North Dakota, Dr. Barnes, was Montana. I've been through Montana, which is next door to North Dakota. And South Dakota too, that I believe.
And I guarantee you, if you stayed there longer than 45 minutes, you'd have fucked a white woman. If you like pussy.
No, I'm trying to get the hell up out of there as soon as possible, Dr. Barnes. I saw too many of them raggedy ass Billy Bob Joe pickup trucks with gun racks.
And I did it for them. That's why I did it, Shabaka. I did it for them. I wanted them to know that when you get done talking, your mama wants some of this. Like they all want some.
Okay, Jay Middleton says, I'm a man, I've been with other race of women, but there's nothing better than being with a black woman on all levels. Well, you see, Jay Middleton, that's all that I fuck with. You see what I mean?
Hey, man, variety is the spice of life.
You know, and then, of course, you know, I've had some of the, how should I say, OTBs come out where they say, well, what you mix with Shabaka? Black militancy. Then they say, oh, why you always wearing black, Shabaka? You know?
My penis is really colorblind. That's why I don't let him think for me. That's why I don't let my penis think for me. Because my penis will do anything. You know,
sir. Hey, man, your Johnson will mislead you. Now, keep in mind, it can mislead you.
I used to call him Deshaun. Deshaun would do anything.
We call it Deshaun.
So there's a lot of white women. There's a lot of white women who met me in North Dakota in the 90s and say, I ain't gonna lie, he fucked the shit out of me. Yeah, I did, but there was no repercussions. I'm out the next day. I'm not driving your car. I had a support system. I'm good. You just got knocked down. You got you some black dick. You should be happy. Now, when it comes to making my dick matter, and then what your dick is actually for is to reproduce. Like, let's stop acting like sex is, the design of sex is to reproduce, right? Like, we figured out a way to do it without consequences and say, well, shit, I wore rubber. But when I really realized what my dick was for, I gave it to a black woman. She still owns it to this day. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, my woman, when she was alive, she told me, she made herself very clear, if I catch you cheating, just be prepared to die.
Yep.
I said, okay.
Hey, you know what? That's why I fuck with y'all, because that's the one thing when I met my wife in the midst of all this shit, she said, well, if you want a white girl, Just do that. But if you want to fuck with me, I'm here for you. So I made sure that I didn't get caught up with none of my white, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I separated it. Like, well, if I want some head on a Tuesday, she ain't got to know nothing about that. You know what I mean? But I respected her. She never caught me with a white girl. And she never, what she caught me with was black women. And she left me a couple times. But that's marriage and that's a different show. But I never got caught cheating with a white woman. I did white women when I was in college because I was far away from the hood. And I gotta have some pussy. I'm the type of dude where I don't like hanging around a lot of dudes, right? I love women. I love how they smell. I love how they move. I love how they talk. I like negligees. I like satin sheets. I love women. So if I'm ever in a situation where I can't get no black woman, if you don't love the one you want, you love the one who you with. So I'm gonna knock something down. I'm not gonna deal with no backup. I ain't gonna never have blue ball. I'm gonna knock this shit. Somebody gotta get it right. That's man shit. That's man shit. But when it comes to choosing a partner, when it comes to who I'm gonna be with, who I'm gonna build my lineage with, who am I going to expand? It's a black woman. She in the house right now. She come out here right now and be like, bring your ass in the house, nigga. You got high blood pressure. You ain't supposed to be drinking. That's what I signed up for.
Okay.
And I don't listen. I wouldn't right now. I work the way I work. White women come in all the time. White women, man. If I really want some ass, I could have been knocked a white woman down. I enjoy the challenge of dealing with a black woman. That is, if you can do that, you a real nigga. You ain't no gangster if you shoot somebody. You a gangster if you can take a black woman who is skeptical and pessimistic and doubtful and make her believe in the dream. Hey, baby, it's me and you. That's gangster shit. So,
yeah. And then keep in mind is that the black woman is the chief second in the black man's corner. You see what I'm saying? That I learned over the course of my lifetime, you know what I mean? And then on top of it as well, too, now I don't know what it's like with y'all there in the East, but out here in the West, okay, is that you'll get some of these white boys who will come up there and tell you, well, what do you think about me being with this black girl? Hey, white boy, check this out, man. To save me some time in jail and to save your dinner work, man, why don't you go talk that shit to one of these ignorant ass bastards? You see what I'm saying? Because I'm the last son of a bitch you want to come up to with that.
See, I laugh at him. I laugh at him because I know the game and I know how much money you work where. You getting money. The bitches using you. You getting played.
Yeah, exactly.
You ain't even from the street. You ain't even from the hood. This bitch is running you. Stop it. You're a facsimile. You're not a real man. So you don't deserve to conversate with me. Go ahead. Be a pet. See, if you're a black person and you with a white person, you're a pet. You're a puppy. You're a German Shepherd. They trying to figure, baby, cook some green. Right? Like, show me what this shit is about. I seen Serena Williams talking about she showed her white man how to use a washcloth. You buck dancing ass broad. That's the only my only disagreement with Kendrick was having Serena crip walking at the Super Bowl. Crip walking, then you went back to this pasty body ass motherfucker. Bitch, you ain't with us. You with Tiger. You're with Tiger. Tennis is a country club event. We don't even play tennis. But that's what it is. I'm not going. I tell my daughter and I tell my son, if you love somebody, that's fine. But if that individual is white, don't expect me to acquiesce. I'm not backing down for shit. I tell that white boy, if you come here with my daughter, motherfucker, I hope you know where you at. I'm frying chicken. I'm cooking ribs. I'm eating hog head cheese with crackers. Nigga, I'm really that nigga. I am a part of the great delineation movement. I am a product of the great migration. I'm really black. This ain't no fake shit. This ain't Gary Owen. I tell my daughter, would tell a white boy, the hardest part you're gonna have to deal with is my motherfucking daddy. Because when you come here,
Exactly.
I'm gonna give it to you, white boy. You motherfucker. Now, if my daughter love you, I gotta deal with it. But I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I tell your daddy that too. Get the fuck out of here, man. We eating baby back ribs, potato salad with no raisins, and motherfucking dressing.
Right.
Ain't no compromise. I wanted to bring a lima bean casserole. Bitch, we don't eat that shit.
Hell no.
Get that shit out.
Right. Lima bean. Ugh. Oh my God. I hate lima bean.
Keep those cards and letters coming. But for me, though, for you gentlemen, all I ever dealt with at the course of my lifetime, was a sister. You know what I'm saying? And then I've had some of the white girls come up, what have you, and I'll just say, hey, you have a nice day, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, And then they say, well,
Baka all over the apartment.
Yeah.
Baka, every time you get up and go get something, we can hear it because you start sounding distant.
Oh, I'm on this Bluetooth, this raggedy ass piece of shit. Yeah, let me upgrade that. How am I sounding now? I had to get another cup of coffee. And the cold part about it is I'm sitting at a lunch counter begging for a cup of coffee, but guess what? I own the lunch counter.
Right.
And I know it's good. Okay, Jay Militant says, I'm a man, I've been with other race of women, but it's nothing better than being with a black woman on all levels. Okay, Jay Militant, I feel you on that. Now, you got to keep in mind, and I'm sure Dr. Barnes will agree with me, is that the black woman is the motherhood of humanity. Now, they got this place, y'all, and you heard me say this here, Dr. Barnes, called Fredericks of Hollywood, in Hollywood, on Hollywood, where they got fake asses, fake this, fake that, you know what I'm saying? And man, it's a downright disgrace.
You know what, Shabaka? What I love about Hollywood and on the West Coast, Hollywood is a thing, right? But I grew up in the Midwest. We didn't know nothing about Hollywood. So we didn't even get our standard of beauty from Hollywood. Like, that's something out there. Like, because right now, we've been appreciating ass cheeks. We've been appreciating full lips. We've been appreciating nappy hair. Like, you don't need no BBL, baby. What the fuck we talking about? Your ass already big.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why I used to like to look at the Jet magazine and look at the centerfold in the Jet magazine. They used to call Beauty of the Week.
Yeah. Rest in peace to John A. Johnson, the proprietor of Ebony magazine and Jet magazine.
Yeah.
You got to do your research on John A. Johnson.
Oh, I already have it. Now, keep in mind,
on him.
Yeah, and keep in mind is that Johnson Publications had documented the civil rights movement, the Black empowerment movement, the African liberation movement, man, as it unfolded. In other words, they did it in real time. You see what I mean? So when Eunice Johnson and John H. Johnson had passed on, they left it to their daughter, Lyndon Johnson Rice. And guess what she did with the damn magazine, y'all? Went and sold it to Time magazine.
But you know, there's a black owner. There's the guy from who owns Jet right now. It's Byron Allen. Byron Allen actually owned Jet, the copyrights to it. Now, let me tell you something about Jet magazine. This is what makes me the way I am, because I remember being a little kid looking in Jet magazine, looking at the visions, looking at black women, saying, God damn, there's nothing better. There's nothing better.
Dr. Barnes. Now, here's something for you, Dr. Barnes. I remember in 1969 and 70, man, when I was like 10 or 11 years old, and the sisters would be out there selling a Black Panther paper. It was only a quarter, right? And they come up, hey, little brother, you want to get a Black Panther paper? Man, I'll get the damn paper, man, just to look at them. You know what I'm saying? With them froze thick, they had the mini dresses on. You know what I'm saying? And I said, well, gee, what's this all about? You know what I'm saying?
So, Shabaka, I'm going to give you one better. I grew up in the 80s when prostitutes was pretty, right? when pimping was real.
Oh yeah.
And I remember being a little jit, and the prostitute would come up to me smelling good, looking good, like, because I'd be the youngest nigga with everybody else. And they'd be like, oh, he's so cute. Hey, baby, you my boyfriend. I'd be so excited. They was prostitutes. I didn't know. All I knew is she pretty and she smell good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Oh yeah.
So I was already like, you know what? Ain't nothing like this black woman. And my mama was a black woman.
Right.
My mama was a dynamic black woman. My mother was the type of woman that she ain't fucking with you if you on some bullshit.
Facts.
But if you ain't on some bullshit, she gonna stand behind your ass. I used to fight in elementary school. I used to punch motherfuckers in their shit. My mother, the principal, called home and be like, well,
okay, now
we
we're having a
fight
connect
again?
problem. Dr. Barnes, you still with us?
We
I am.
still hear
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can still hear you, Dr. Barnes. Continue.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is,
okay, he's back.
As a foundational Black American man, what we have to do is look at our women. I look at my wife all the time. What is she doing? Is she good? Is she productive? If she's not, she gotta go. She has to go.
Right.
And so, but when you catch a real black woman, you gotta love her, man. It's hard for us, but you gotta love her. It's hard, but you gotta love her. That's how we're gonna get over. Now, all these niggas that are compromised, that be like, well, I can't deal with a black woman because she complains too much, because she know what I'm doing. A black woman will call you on your shit. My wife told me one time, she said, nigga, I see you out here in every which way, I'm up. And you know what? I woke up the next day and all the furniture in my house was gone. She was
here's one for you, Dr. Barnes. Here's one for you, Dr. Barnes. I told you this here too, Brother Che. Let's go back to January. Let's go back to 1975. Okay. Muhammad Ali's getting ready to fight Joe Frazier. Okay. This is all documented. Okay. So Muhammad Ali is with another woman, and the press is taking pictures of them. And so they said, hey, champ, who's the woman? Oh, this is the kid's babysitter. Then he was asked again, oh, well, this is my wife's cousin. Then they asked him a third time. He says, this is my wife. So Kalia at the time boarded a flight, cross country, landed in Frisco, made the connection flight to fly across the Pacific to Manila. She knocks on the hotel door of where he is. And she walks in. Huh?
The light-skinned chick. Hey, Shabaka.
No, the light-skinned chick was Layla's mama, Veronica Porsche. That's
Veronica.
who Kalia was
Veronica.
Yeah, that's who.
Veronica.
Yeah, that's who. Yes, sir. That's who Ali. I mean, that's who Khalil was questioning him about. And she states, well,
Muhammad Ali was a horrible Muslim. He was horrible. He disrespected.
Okay, but that was his accolades of being heavyweight champ, Kev. You see,
but
he was the greatest of all time.
Well, you can't disrespect your woman, because first of all, he was married to a Muslim black woman, and then Veronica Carr, who was the light-skinned, who he ended up having his kids by. And let's not escape the fact that Muhammad Ali walked away from Malcolm X overseas because of an issue with Elijah Muhammad. It wasn't Muhammad Ali's business, and he was exposed. He fought until he was unable to, because he could. Herbert Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad's son, they exploited him. They exploited him because they realized that he was. It's just like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. See, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar he got Lou Alcindor got drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks, right?
And we thank you for him in the 70s when he came to Los Angeles.
Well, he got ran out of Milwaukee because of what happened with the Black Mafia in Philadelphia, a property that he owned.
Whoa, wait a minute, Dr. Barnes. Hold on, sir. Wait a minute. Hold that thought, Dr. Barnes. You on to something. It wasn't 75. I think it was 72 or 73. Well,
So
he had
we're
a
talking
mansion.
about when the house he owned in Philadelphia got infiltrated and 7 people got murdered. The feds jumped on his back. So he walked away from the nation. He became a Sunni Muslim. There's a difference between a Sunni Muslim and the fruit of Islam.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Listen, Kareem married a white woman and lived the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Now that
That
part
is
I didn't know.
That is not fruit of Islam. So even when we talk about Clarence 13X, who started the 5% Nation, who broke away from Elijah Muhammad. So when we start to talk about these guys who said they were that, Kareem wasn't that. You acquiesced. You eventually bowed down and you went to Los Angeles and you became a Sunni Muslim. A Sunni Muslim is not the same as the Nation of Islam. That is not the fruit of Islam. That is not Elijah Muhammad. That is not Minister Farrakhan. That is not Malcolm X. Sunni Muslim is a traditional Muslim religion. Malcolm, I love Malcolm to death, but Malcolm shouldn't have put his mouth in the mainstream media on Elijah Muhammad and called him a pedophile. He did this on CBS in 1962.
Yeah, I've seen the clip.
Okay, so the great minister Farrakhan says, so what if we killed Malcolm? Did you raise Malcolm? Did you feed him? No, it ain't your business. It's not your business. So when we talk about Islam and we talk about what is Islam, you got to understand, Clarence 13X, you got to start talking about the derivatives of Islam, right? That Muslims inherently are not black. They're Middle Eastern, and we gave them that name, Middle Eastern. This is the anti-Jewish, anti-Christian initiative. Okay? So we give a lot of people credit, and I love Malcolm. But I say to Malcolm all the time, it doesn't matter what he done, it's about what he done. He saved you. Now, we just had, rest in peace to King Rick. We just had our general from the Black Panthers, the original Black Panthers of Milwaukee. When he and I parted ways, there was no disrespectful language between us. People called me and said, you should say this. You should say, I said, I'm not going to say that because of what he gave me. He gave me an understanding. He put me in the game. He showed me how grassroots organization works. Regardless of what he did bad, and I could have talked about all the foul shit he did, but I chose not to. I chose not to. So when we start talking, when I love Malcolm, Malcolm was wrong. Malcolm was wrong. And like the Muslim said, he needs his tongue cut out because of what he's doing. Malcolm should have never went against Elijah Muhammad. He should have just said, there's some things that y'all wouldn't understand, so I'm not going to put it here. Now, we fast forward to Marvin Sapp. I was talking about Marvin Sapp, talking about, did he say lock the doors or did he say close the doors? He said close the doors. He didn't say lock the door. He didn't say lock the door. He said close it. If you are part of that organization, you understand what that means. If you're not, you do what I do, which is I don't give a fuck what he say. I'm getting the fuck up out of here.
So in other words, as we say in South Central LA, Kev, you're going to shake the spot.
Well, I'm up. Whatever, you know what? Whatever comes with me walking out, I can deal with. What I can't deal with is me sitting here not saying nothing. So if I was in that sanctuary and I'm a PK, my father was a Baptist minister. If I'm in that situation and he says close the door, I don't give a fuck if you lock this motherfucker up. I'm not giving you a goddamn thing. Now, the problem don't start until you say, Kev, you can't leave until you give us something. Because I'm gonna act a goddamn fool. I ain't giving you motherfuckers nothing. And I'm willing to stand on that. Y'all can kiss my ass. I punch the usher. I punch everybody move the fuck out the way.
Boy, I tell you, there's never a dull moment here on Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced, ladies and gentlemen. Love it, love it, love it. But one thing we do here, people, for those who are watching us, we disagree agreeably, because I agree with you, Dr. Barnes. If that cat got up there and says, well, you can't leave, man, until you break yourself, I'm going to say, hey, man, I'm just going to ask you one more time. Would you step out my way, please? Oh, well, now we're pow, ping. You know what I mean? Now it's kidnapping.
I'm willing to get fucked up for what I believe in. You understand what I'm saying? Like, y'all can be there. Because I guarantee if y'all jump me, there's going to be consequences and repercussions. We're going to be back tomorrow night. Now, I just want to say this because I love Muhammad Ali, but Muhammad Ali was a terrible Muslim. He was terrible. He was terrible. Just for the fact that he didn't stand, as powerful as he was, Malcolm would have lived if Muhammad Ali said, I stand with this brother. He didn't. He jumped. Okay, well, they said, right?
Yeah.
Right? Why are you, and I think Muhammad Ali figured this out later on, I should have stood with Malcolm. Because the Nation of Islam, they fucked him over. He ended up broke. You got punched in your face until you get Larry Holmes beat the shit out of you. He don't even got no religion. Larry Holmes didn't have no religion. He had a jab.
But you saw what Mike Tyson did to Larry Holmes, right? And if you look at that fight between
Larry
Holmes,
was done. That was a cash grab. Of course.
Yeah, he was done, man, when he got stretched out, man, and they threw the towel in on his ass, And Ali had told
Mike Tyson, right? You see what Jake Paul, you see what the white boy done to Tyson, right?
Man, that was staged bullshit, Dr. Barnes. That was staged bullshit.
Tyson came, he been done fight. He was done when Customato died.
Yeah, he wasn't the same. And then too, then he got hit with that case, you know what I'm saying? Yep, then he got hit with that case. And, and I got some personal opinions on that I'm going to keep to myself, you know what I mean? Because we are here on public airwaves. Okay, folks, what I'm getting ready to do.
Doing oral sex with a woman who's on her period. She's a horrible Muslim too.
Damn. Wow. Well, I didn't know it was like that.
He raped her.
Well, did he really? I mean, this is Mike Tyson, man, and he wouldn't have to go out there and rape no woman, man. You know what I'm saying?
He raped her. That's the crime. He didn't have to, but he raped her. Why we don't believe that little sister? Why we don't believe that sister came to the room and didn't know what the game was? Tyson took that pussy, man.
Well, I'd have to look at the case, Dr. Barnes, to make a fair judgment on it.
I looked at it. He was my hero. Right. I looked at when it happened. I said, damn, did Tyson really? He raped her. Tyson is a rapist. Tyson is a rapist. Muhammad Ali was an exploiter, right? You can't disrespect. Listen, let me tell you something. If I got a big situation going, I'm never going to have a situation where my wife come there and see me with another bitch. That's disrespectful. If she did that shit to me, I'd be ready to kill somebody. You foul.
Yeah.
That's why you got the ass whooped. That's why you got beat into fucking MS. It's like Richard Pryor. We love Richard Pryor, but Richard Pryor was a foul-ass, bisexual-ass nigga.
Now, he was on that shit real bad, too.
Richard Pryor fucked men in their ass. He's gay.
Damn.
Richard Pryor was gay. He was bisexual. That's why he set himself on fire. Well, that's what it is. That's why he set himself on fire. That's why he tried to kill himself. He knew he was. He knew he wasn't. He knew he wasn't for us.
But you want to know something, Dr. Barnes? Oh, you just brought back a memory, man, of some information that I saw on Richard Pryor. Now, prior to the war in Vietnam, you had these monks, okay, who were setting themselves on fire in the streets of Saigon, okay? And for what reason, I don't know. But from what I understand is that Mr. Pryor saw this, man. I don't know if he was on that shit real tough or not, but this is what he did to himself. And Richard Pryor, man, yeah, he was messed up, pretty bad. Then he got multiple sclerosis. And then, of course, you hear about Mr. Pryor's passing.
Did you ever see a monk douse himself in 151 rum and freebase cocaine? He wasn't on no spiritual shit. He was destroyed because he knew that he had been given a responsibility that he couldn't maintain. He wasn't the one for us. Now, don't get me wrong. Richard Pryor was a revolutionary comedian. I feel like in terms of bringing social commentary to being a comedian, he was entirely that. But he had ghosts. He had demons. And so what he really was setting himself on fire for was the fact that he knew he wasn't a real man. He knew he had probably been fucked in his ass and he had fucked other men in his ass. And so, yeah, he set himself on fire. And so it's just what I'm saying. Let's deal with people for who they actually are. Like we can go all the way back to Grover. What's my man name? E.B. Du Bois. And we talk about like niggas got issues. Like even Tupac Shakur. Like Tupac was as revolutionary as they come, but you did some shit that you shouldn't have did. So you died for it. We all have these kinds of things. Like it's nobody is like we talk about Martin Luther King, but J. Edgar Hoover had footage, and there's some that say he was in there fucking white priests. There's an accusation that he was homosexual.
Who is this? J. Edgar Hoover?
J. Edgar Hoover had footage of Martin Luther King fucking. He sent it to Coretta Scott King, and he said, tell him to kill himself. Martin said to Coretta, bitch, you know what the deal is. Now, was Martin gay? The whole church is gay now, right? The choir director's gay. Everybody get fucked in the back. I come from the Baptist church. Everybody get fucked in the Baptist church.
Damn.
My dad was a preacher. He used to tell me about being in the pulpit, looking out and seeing women with their legs open on the front row. Straight put. I'm just telling y'all why you have to figure out your own path. You can't follow these individuals that say they are this, that, and the third, right? Name a leader that's not compromised. I've been asking people this forever. Name. Because we talk about Gandhi, right? And this Martin Luther King worshiping. Gandhi was a racist. He was a lawyer from South Africa.
Yeah, it was. Preach on that. Yeah, we did a story on Gandhi. Fuck Gandhi. Because when he was up there, because when Gandhi was up there, man, because see, like I said, I worked with some brothers from Azania. You see what I'm saying? And Gandhi was part of that. What is it, brother Paris? The same class that Kamala Harris is from, the Brahma class, I believe.
Yep, damn Brahma.
Okay. Yeah, and then, and Gandhi was in South Africa. He was doing that there for the Indians. He didn't give a damn, man, about the Zulus or the Xhosa or the Sotho or the Southern Sotho.
He was a South African lawyer.
Yeah, exactly. And then also, too, Brother Parrish, you got that clip of Miriam Makeba, man, that we did on Grand Rising a couple of days ago?
No, Shabbat.
If you got ready access to it to show Dr. Barnes?
No, I closed that window out.
Okay. Well, anyway, Dr. Barnes,
I've seen it. One thing about me, even understanding Mandela, when Mandela came home, Winnie had been running this shit. There's a lot of people who got disappeared and unalive fucking with Winnie Mandela. Winnie
Yeah, because she
Mandela's
had that
gangster.
necklace for you.
Yeah, Winnie was
Yeah,
some
yeah,
dope.
she had that necklace for your ass too. We all know what the necklace is, right?
And then Mandela came home talking about let's forgive. See, when we talk about South Africa, Mandela actually put together a platform in which it was about let's forgive the white people for all the things that they've done to us. Nigga, how you gonna go do 30 years behind bars and
Right.
you come home and you want to forgive the oppressor? Stop following these niggas, man.
Right.
They're all
Yeah,
compromised.
and the real name of the place is Azania. And Brother Che will tell you, and I will state it again, is that Elon Musk is not an African. He is a fucking Boer. Okay, he is Dutch. You see what I mean?
Trump wants to get rid of everybody, but he says he'll provide a place for South Africans who have gotten their land taken by native Africans. Motherfucker, this is racism 101.
Oh yeah, to the utmost.
You're gonna get rid of everybody.
To the utmost.
So for all you niggas who love Trump because you think, oh, he a businessman. Do you know business can be good or bad, depending on what side you on? And so when you look at an individual, see what he's doing for us is he's slowly but surely creeping up on us because we're not reacting. We're not playing. He did the DI shit. He did the segregation shit. We ain't riding. We ain't tripping. We ain't bugging.
Right.
He's coming for us.
Oh yeah, that's for real. Look at a city like Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was telling Brother Kamar, man, you know, when he went out there and he said he really enjoyed it, you know. And I think I was on your show, Dr. Barnes, you know, when Kamar was saying that he went out there to LA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would have loved to have hooked up with the brother, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I told him.
Before the fire. He went there before the fires.
Yeah.
Go to Los Angeles right now after the fires.
Yeah.
Go to LA right now where celebrities are like, I just lost everything I've had.
Yeah,
Like-
and I
like-
ain't got no sympathy for the motherfuckers. Not unless, of course, I know them personally, you know?
Even if
If
I
know them
do,
personally, that's different.
even if I listen, I got a personal relationship with niggas who done fell off.
Right.
Hey man, it is what it is. Hey, welcome to the game, player.
Yeah, and that is the city of lost angels. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I grew up in that raggedy ass place. You know what I mean? And then of course, Brother Che, you know, when I did my live stream off of Hollywood Boulevard, and what was the first thing I said, man, you know, when I went over there by that Chinese theater, man, looking at the Hollywood stars and all that, the first thing I said, I don't own the rights to none of this bullshit out here, is because you crooked ass lawyers and bastards up there in Century City ain't gonna be breaking my ass. Hell, I'm already broke. You know, we need donations. But LA, it is what it is.
What y'all got to deal with is Big U and the Rolling 60s, because Los Angeles made Crippin' and Bloody. Like this is the most dysfunctional shit ever. But y'all made that shit name brand. Like it's motherfuckers crip walking. That's why I said.
Dr. Barnes. Yeah, we had a problem with the telemetry right there.
It's on
Well,
your
I'm
end,
saying if you ain't no crip, don't crip walk. And if you ain't
Right.
folks, don't stay on the G. Because in the Midwest,
Kevin Barnes, the Crip Walk is supposed to be a Crip victory dance on the ops. It's not for everybody.
well, okay, so the counter to that is the Bloods got a B walk too. It looks the same. But what do you celebrate? What's the dance for? Because you just killed another black man?
Basically, I mean that's how it came about. That's what it was about initially. It was a victory dance.
So the white man,
originally the Crips was the community resources for independent people.
Yep, correct, Shabaka.
Yeah, well, if you talk about the history of gangs and you talk about those brothers in Los Angeles who were protecting the neighborhood, but Crippin
Right.
became something different. I've done the research on Tukey. I've done the research on the 8 Trey gangsters versus the Rolling 60s. Well, Raymond Watson, right? Like, so there's really no. If you research this, there's no win for us because there is a documentary done by Claiborne Sloan called "The Bastards of the
Party." Yeah, I've seen it.
And that is the systematic elimination of Black leadership. And so from Los Angeles, we go to Chicago, in which Fred Hampton was murdered by the FBI and the Chicago Police Department. And you see, Trump ain't opening that. He ain't opening that. Now, I had a show where I interviewed Fred Hampton Jr., his son.
Oh, yeah, I remember you was telling me about that.
Yeah,
I saw Hampton Jr. in Oakland, man, at the 50th anniversary in Oakland. Yep.
So I'm saying there's a story to be told, and I want Black people to stop acting like our story ain't official. We are the one. There's no denying it. There's no debating it. And if you get thrown off the seat, this is the thing. White people come into my group and they say shit, and I'll be like, I'm laughing at you.
Oh yeah, you got to
I'm laughing. Because if I say fuck you, white boy, hoe ass motherfucker, come see me, all this kind of shit, I'm bringing shit into my life that I don't need. My life is good. I work, I get money. We do. My family's straight. The proof is in the pudding. Yeah. So if you research me, you say, God damn, I didn't know this thing was really that. So I don't have to say, hoe ass this, hoe ass that. I'm done with the street. I'm about empowerment. I'm about us realizing that you gotta stop listening to white people's opinion of us. I don't care what white people think about us. I don't. I don't care what Latino people are doing. I don't care what any other race or cultural identity is doing, except for foundational Black Americans. We are. Nobody else fought in these wars. Nobody fought in these wars. Nobody stood with this country. We've stood over white boy. You a coward. You're a draft dodger. Trump is a draft dodger.
Yep.
Ain't no dodging the draft for us. We are the original Americans.
Yep.
So let's say what we say matters, right? Yep. Like people talk about Kwanzaa. I say Karenza, he's a government informant. Malcolm Karenza is the biggest fraud ever. Got these niggas out here talking about Happy Kwanzaa. I'll be goddamn if I say that shit. Nigga, you responsible for Butch Carter. You at us, the us movement against the Black Panthers, bro.
Yeah, I met Karenga.
He's a predator. He was P. Diddy before P. Diddy. He went to jail for having held Black women hostage and beating them with hanger.
Oh yeah, pimp sticks they used to call them.
Happy Kwanzaa.
I'm smoking stick now.
Yeah, man. You know, people, we came a long way and we got a long way to go. So I'm gonna start my closing comments, Brother Che.
Please do.
Because I got a lot of shit that I gotta do, man. Because I'm gonna be up half the night.
Okay, appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Dr. Barnes. And let me tell you something, man. And hey, Dr. Barnes, you and Paris, man, y'all be having me up here, sitting up here at nights doing a lot of studying. You know that? Who knows? Maybe Alzheimer's is starting to set in on my ass. You know what I'm saying? Or what have you. So we got books galore here. We got Henry Skip the Truth Gates, Brother Che and Dr. Barnes. You know what I'm saying? So before I crumb bum on his ass, I got to read his shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, we lost him.
Okay, so we definitely appreciate Dr. Barnes and Outlaws of the great work they do out there in Milwaukee, you know.
Yeah.
But one thing, though, ladies and gentlemen, there's never a
Monday and
dull
Wednesday
moment here.
on the People's News Network on YouTube and on Outlaw Radio on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We fucks with the Outlaws, you know what I'm saying? They're out of the mill, you know what I'm saying? Milwaukee, you know, about, and if I got my memory right, I think the mill is about 95 miles north of Chicago off of Lake Michigan.
And Rail, what the hell happened to Rail? I keep forgetting to ask him about what happened with Rail. But yeah, it used to be 4 of them. Now it's 3 of them. But yeah, definitely check out the Outlaws out of Milwaukee.
Yeah, definitely. And then of course, Sister Courtney, the juice lady. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So this is Shabaka'S and Cory signing off from Sin City. Come on, 7-Eleven. You know, Shabaka needs some new shoes. You know what I'm saying? Clack, clack, clack. All right.
And happy birthday to Lady Che.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy birthday to her, too. And then also, too, I hate to say on Lady Che's birthday, but sad news, April 1st is the day that Marvin Gaye was killed in Los Angeles, too. You know, that's a sad day. Yeah, so that's a sad day. So, you know, definitely our condolences go out there, you know, to Mr. Gaye's family. And
I don't
Mr.
know.
Gay,
I heard he had talked crazy to his daddy or something. And that's why.
Yeah, it was something like that, man. Yeah, man. I remember the day it happened, and his daddy got booked by Wilshire Division of the LAPD. Yes, sir. I can take you right to the front door where it happened at. And what we're going to try to do when we get some more revenue in, man, we are going to try to put together LA's morbid tours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
we can take it to.
So this is going to conclude season 10, episode 16 of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced, in conjunction with the Front Line Blacc News. Make sure y'all join us Friday for Grand Rising with Shabaka and the Chase. In the meantime, make sure y'all subscribe to all of our platforms. Frontline Blacc News on YouTube and Facebook. The Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube and Facebook. And Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced on Facebook and Twitter, now X. So peace, love, light, separations, and Black empowerment.
Yes, sir. And we deal with the Black experience from the beginning of time to 10 minutes ago. And
if you're going to donate something to Lady Che, you got until Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael's in the building. Hey, Michael. You got the very end of it, but definitely listen to the playback. We had our brother Kevin Barnes on here. He's a riot. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. From the mill. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Michael, thank you once again for joining us, man. Listen to the playback.
Thank you, Desiree, for joining us as well. And everybody that's again, Jay Militant. Make sure y'all go sub it to his channel, Witchcracker TV with Jay Militant. Shout out to Twins. Shout out to Black 285.
And Jay Dizzle.
Safe on them highways and byways. Shout out to Jab Jamboree. You got a fight coming up, so we're looking for a TKO.
Yeah, Jab, and stay away from that real estate with grass on top till after the fight.
And then anybody else that was peeking, not speaking. So peace, love, light, reparations, and separations, and Black empowerment. Che and Crewman and Lady Che, signing out from the mile high income and illegal migrant flooded city in a sundown town known as Aurora, Colorado.
Yes, sir. And I'm signing off here from Sin City. Come on, 7-Eleven, clack, clack.
Oh, we're doing all right. Today is Lady Che's birthday, Michael. So if you could bless her with something, that would be great. Her PayPal is up. And yeah.
I just wish pray for her.
Yeah, keep her in your thoughts and prayers. Pray she get well. She's kind of feeling sick under the weather right now. So.
Can't eat nothing. Everything I eat makes you sick.
Yeah, she's having
yeah, you got to flush your system out with water.
Yep. Yeah, we got to get
her
some
alcohol. You got to flush your system out with water, Lady Che. All right. Okay, so I'm going to bid everybody good night. And thank you for joining us here on this episode. You know what I mean? And look forward for us in the future. You should be able to Google some of our past episodes, but I'm going over this stuff with a fine-tooth comb because they hate the truth, not that we really care, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to keep on speaking it as long as we're able to. All right, so I'm out from Sin City. Okay. And go Raiders. And
go Broncos. Go Broncos. Raiders ain't going nowhere but further in the bottom of the hole of the ship.
Ponies back in the barn, man.
Y'all ain't gonna sell nothing.
Well, man, we'll see. We got a few months.